Yay! I'm back! It is I, the infamous Kiki. Welcome to my channel. Welcome. I am live. I'm gonna give a moment to everybody get in here because I was having some volume issues, some technical issues, some microphone issues, and I think now we are fixed. So hopefully everybody can hear me. Testing. Testicles. I'm gonna give everybody a minute to gather in here. This is the Love After Lockup season 4, episode 44. No money. What is it? What's the name of this episode? No money, more problems. More money, more problems. No money, more problems. This aired yesterday, March 17th. When it originally aired, we're gonna watch the infamous Kiki. Welcome to my channel. I am artist, mother. I've been in the Wall Street Journal. I've been in several publications. I'm entrepreneur. I like reality shows. I do this just for fun. My channel's not monetized yet. So I just come in here and watch these shows. Most of y'all are going to watch this on the replay. So, hey, everybody. And I've been having some technical difficulties tonight. But finally, yay, I'm here. I finally got my ish working. So, you know, I'm going to delete the other videos, but this is the real one. You know, the other ones is just, you know, we're having some sound problems, but I'm back. GSP, I'm back. So hopefully everybody will come back with me. So I'm sorry, y'all. I really apologize for the technical difficulty. I don't know what was wrong. I had to log all the way out my computer and get back in. YouTube sometimes is very finicky. So I have not watched any spoilers regarding this episode. I have not watched any other YouTubers who covered this show. I haven't watched their ish yet. So it's just me. Again, I try to get on YouTube and not watch Geo or According to Amber or anybody else who's covering this. I appreciated GSP. Anybody coming here and watch the show. Anyway, I got my snacks. Like I was saying, I got my snacks. They're from Amsterdam. These are from the Netherlands, y'all. I got international. There's no allegedly tonight. No allegedly. Anyway, I'm just gonna keep crunching on that. So, excuse me. Y'all see me snacking. Y'all see me drinking. Y'all see me drinking, or whatever. Like I said, y'all hit the thumbs up when you come in here. And then this is for entertainment purposes. I'm not here to hurt nobody. I'm not here to I'm gonna try to drag these people too bad, but there's certain things that get on my nerves. But this is all for entertainment purposes. This is for a key call. It's not, you know, anything serious. So if you're on this show and you're watching this show and you're watching me, please don't get offended and take it too seriously. You know, I know some bloggers watch this show and they feel like it's a good show when they got to root for somebody. Let me tell y'all something right now. I've heard this on other people's channels, like, well, they don't like a show unless they have somebody to root for. I don't root for none of these people on these shows. So to me, I watch these shows for nostalgia, because there are some of the couples on here that reminds me of my own relationships and things that I've done in my own life. Number two, I watch it because as for entertainment value, just to watch a train wreck, because everybody likes to watch a good train wreck. And number three, the reason why I watch this type of reality show and stuff like that is a cautionary tale of what not to do in relationships, what not to do with your kids. Because, you know, people have their families. I don't wish bad on nobody. Like, I don't, especially when people are involving young children. I don't wish anybody to get their heart broken, their money taken advantage of, scarred for life, anything. I don't wish that on nobody. But me, actually, I've heard several vloggers say that they don't like a show unless they have someone to root for. Root for in what way? I'm not emotionally invested in none of these people. So, you know, I just keep it real. Hello, Dustin. Good. Welcome, everybody. And I just keep it real. I'm not emotionally invested in these people. So I don't have to watch the show rooting for somebody. I think that's an odd thing. And I'm not going to say who I heard say this on her channel, but it was just an odd thing to me because I'm like, dude, you really watching these shows to root for a couple? You're not invested unless that's an odd way. That's just not how I roll. I mean, to me, it's odd. I'm not saying it's good or bad, but it's just, to me, that's different. I can barely even deal with my family members, much less some motherfuckers on a reality show. I'm just going to keep it real. Like, people on a reality show, I don't care. You know, I'm not that emotionally invested in they shit. I mean, I just want to see. I'm just nosy. I'm like the nosy neighbor who's sitting there watching it like this. Mm-hmm. Yup, girl, get him. You know, I'm not emotionally invested. So everybody coming here, make sure you hit the like. GSP, Dustin, Joseph, Bobby, Tiffany was in here. I had a bunch of people that was in here. I'm sorry, y'all, technical difficulties, but I'm back. So hopefully they'll come back. And then we're going to pick up Rhett in the beginning. And we're talking about, oh no, they went on last week. What's her name? Lindsey and Blaine. You know what? I'm going to pause something. I heard, y'all, that they don't even live in Corinth, Mississippi. Like some people was like, they don't even live there. So I don't know what's up with that. Now they're saying that this is Blaine and Lindsey's house. Okay, I'm confused. I thought they was living in a crack hole shack in a trailer park somewhere. How is this cute looking house, this alright looking house, how is this their house? So did they move? I'm confused. Did I miss something? Yeah, I was living in they showed them in a trap house. So I'm just like the same shit with Sara and Shawn and their baby. How the baby, last time we saw the baby was bald headed. And then the next time we see the baby was like 15 years old driving a car and finna go on a date. I was like, is that the same child? Like, whose child is that? Oh, that's their baby? It wasn't a baby no more. So WeTV is up to shenanigans. So GSP is saying this to rental. Hey, Tiffany Smith, welcome. So this house is a rental house? I'm confused. Okay. And why is every time I see Lindsey, she look like she dressed like she either finna go to bed, or she finna, I don't know, like she just got out of bed. I don't know what she like. She wearing a nightgown, or she looking like she wearing just an oversized shirt. Like, do you own real clothes, Lindsey? Like, do you? Every time I see her, it just looks like she wearing a shirt. Like, it's just like, I don't know. It's just like she dressed like a country Barbie hooker. Like, I don't even know. I don't understand. Like, this outfit she wearing. I'm just like, girl, do you own real clothes? Like, hey, girl. I'm gonna let Lindsey do her. I'm gonna let you do you, girl. So she talking about people owe her. I'm confused. Are we talking about? Okay, we talking about money for narcotics. What are we talking about?
6 went to jail a few months ago, and I bonded her out, so she owes me like $800.
So she bonded people out. So somebody owe her $800. Girl, this is a whole crackhead mess. This is like some crackhead shit. I'm just sitting there going. So she talking to 6. Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. SYX. She ain't even got a real name. She got a dope fiend name. 6. And it says associate of Lindsey. WeTV, y'all messing.
The struggle is real.
Lindsey's former associate.
Hey, how are you doing, my lives?
I guess Lindsey thinks she the man. She thinks she.
Okay. Do you want to collect some money from me?
Lindsey's like, do you need to collect some money from me?
No, I haven't, but I can try to get up with her. Okay, what about Stanley? He owes me $1,400. Chris owes me $1,000. Yeah, I can see what I can do about it.
So she find it and get these people out of jail. Let's just say this is her drug associates that she paid to get out of jail. So they owe her money. But do you think these people really got $1,800, $1,400? Come on now. These people look like they ain't got a pot to piss in and a window to throw out. Or girl, what?
Until then, I'm just asking you to please give me a chance.
And Blaine is like, give him a chance to get the money. What he finna do? Rob a bank? Blaine, what you?
Like you're not listening to what I'm saying.
They need like $10,000 or $15,000.
No, smoke, man. You stressing me out.
And then Blaine's like, you stressing me out. Bitch, you finna go to jail. How is she stressing you out? I can't deal with these dope fiend tales. Like, I can't deal with dope fiend tales.
I love you too.
Let me help you.
You can help me.
She's like, let me help you. I don't know if this is a fake storyline. I don't.
I feel like Blaine.
This seems like a very fake storyline.
Really have a plan. He's just kind of floating through and seeing if he can figure things out as he goes along. And that's not really how I like.
This storyline just seems fake.
I have a plan. I like to make food. I like to get done. But like, I'm so done with arguing and fighting over this. Blaine's obviously not gonna handle this, so I will.
Lindsey's like, I like to get shit done. I like to make moves. Okay. Yeah, Scarface. Okay. Okay, Don. Teflon. He took house arrest and hasn't told her. Oh, damn, GSP. Are you serious? Oh, Lord. So we're going to Florida.
Susie? This is not no Susie type of hair.
I'm gonna pop it up anyway.
Okay, Eris and Cameron. Y'all know I don't like Eris and Cameron. There's something about them I just don't like. I don't know what it is.
Financially, I don't know how much we can turn the house up.
I'm gonna spend a couple dollars a year.
Yeah, but where are you getting this money from?
Why does it matter where it's coming from?
Cameron talking about he getting money. Like, okay, where are you getting from?
If I don't want Lena and nothing, I want nobody coming to our door talking about no crazy looking for your ass.
You starting to sound like my people. Is you my PO?
Because he talking about he having money to help her with the house. I don't understand. What? Because she ain't got no AC. What happened? Where they going?
Wow.
Cameron called in on Gio's live today. Oh, y'all better be glad I wasn't on there. Y'all better be glad I wasn't on there. Because I would have been like, not interested. And Eris, what are you wearing? Like, what? I mean, I understand it's hot. I'm in Texas too, boo. But
How are you?
what you wearing is just, girl. I mean, it's up to Monique's level now. Like, it's just not flattering. Like, it's just not flattering. Like, just.
From school, so Cameron and I just spend quality time together. I really love Priscilla. Lena loves Priscilla. I mean, she's the
It's just not flattering.
Family in Florida.
And Shawn and Sara called in on too. Well, Shawn and Sara, again, y'all better be glad I wasn't on the show because I'm like, you fake. I don't give a damn. I'm like, that storyline is fake. Shawn and Sara is fake. Cameron and Eris is boring. Like this, they at a furniture shop shopping for I don't know what furniture. I don't know.
And then he can see what you do out here. He can see what I do, and I can get into what he does. Honey, I'll take a bit a little bit.
So she getting her friend to do what? I'm confused. She getting her friend to like do a background check on Cameron. This is so ass backwards, y'all. I can't even I can't. This is so fake to me. I can't. This is annoying me.
She's gonna do like a cute little picnic for us on the beach.
Okay, we're gonna do a picnic on the beach. I don't give.
I'll have a combo. I am kind of nervous about Priscilla meeting Cameron.
So she wants Priscilla to meet Cameron.
She was a correctional officer in her past.
Okay, her friend was a correctional officer.
What she might say. But I just really hope that Priscilla trusts my.
Girl, I just can't. I can't with Cameron and Eris. I just can't. Like, this is so boring to me. I'm like, oh, we're gonna meet a friend. She's a correctional officer. Ho, ho, ha. And they bought a chair.
Well, that's something accomplished.
Yes.
Okay, they bought a chair, bar chair, stool. I don't. Who gives a shit?
I don't care who mad at me right now. Monique provoked this fight. Stop doing bullshit that can jeopardize my freedom.
This is not how I was.
Okay, so now we gonna the crappy chair. Yeah, retired corrections, 35 years old. You like I'm just like, am I supposed to be like? Ooh, I don't know what's gonna happen with the correctional officer friend. Oh my God. Oh, I mean, girl, what's up, chicken head? I'm like, what in the hell is going on with this storyline? This is so stupid. I'm just like, okay. So now we're going to Derek and Monique, which I have to put it on pause and say, I'm gonna say it before and I'm gonna say it again. Monique and her sisters, before they aired the fight, was online talking cash money shit, saying that they won the fight and wait till y'all see and blah, blah, blah. Then the moment they aired the episode and they looked like they lost the fight, then the sisters was on there talking about, well, Elizabeth's a man and blah, 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 blah. Bitch, you wasn't worried about her being a man when you telling her to get out the car hole and all that. I ain't got no sympathy. I don't have no sympathy for it. I don't have no sympathy for like, y'all wasn't worried about her being a man. Who finna go up there and finna egg on a man? If you know it's a man, you feel like it's a man. You think you, even I, bitch, I'm 5'10", ho. I lift weights. I work out. I'm pretty fit, right? I ain't finna egg no man on to come and fight me. Transgendered or not. I'm not going out to no club. If I get into it with a transgendered person, I understand at the end of the day, psychologically, that obviously, especially if a person is taller than me or my height and my same build, and it's a transgendered person, a transgendered woman, I'm not finna, first of all, I ain't finna fight nobody over nothing, especially over no sorry ass Derek. But I'm not finna fight somebody who I feel like is a transgendered woman, because I understand that they probably gonna come with them hands, because most transgendered people are used to fighting, because they had to fight. You know what I'm saying? They throw them hands on you. So first of all, just that fact. Second of all, if I feel like this is the person a man, they probably knock me the F out. So you know what? I'm gonna shut the fuck up and go sit down and maintain and not get into a fight. Again, we're not talking about a domestic violence issue. We're not talking about somebody fighting a family member. You talking about Derek and Monique. You talking about Monique's sisters. You're fighting your sister's alleged boyfriend's sister. That's basically a street fight to me. I ain't about to get no street fight with nobody, with no man. Male gendered and identified, or transgendered. I'm not over this, over that. You get into a street fight. I'm not finna fight no man's sisters or brothers or anything. I'm not finna fight nobody over no man. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like, if my sister's dating somebody or my best friend is dating somebody and that dude's sisters don't like her, I'll be like, look, y'all need to squash and stop acting like children. But the idea that they got in the car, then here come Monique in the Weather Girls. There's 3 of them and there's 2 of them. So you have the size advantage and you have the numbers, and they still got their ass whooped. So they just mad because they got their ass whooped. And the same people that had no grace for Gabby getting her ass whooped by Chris in a domestic violence situation where somebody's supposed to love you, care for you in your bed, they supposed to be down for you, and then all suddenly y'all get into it, and Chris was molly-whopping, punching the shit out of Gabby. People was making excuses for that. Like these same people that was making excuses of why Chris was beating up on Gabby, which that was wrong. That's a domestic violence situation. Elizabeth fought with the sisters, and they like, oh, that's a man. Okay, but y'all wasn't saying that when Chris was beating the shit out of Gabby. Motherfuckers making every kind of excuse. Well, Gabby popped off of the mouth and da-da-da-da. It's a domestic violence situation. You're not supposed to be fighting somebody that you're married to, in a relationship with. That's more egregious and worse than you're fighting somebody's sister that they're not even in a relationship with, and he done cheated with 10 different broads, and they probably got 15 different STDs, probably crabs crawling all over Monique just like this. You know, Mocha and your sister, they was moving real slow. They too slow. They are not about that life. Even the little sister, Ariana, she was wearing her out. And then Derek pulling the other sister's hair. I don't agree with that either. There's no winners, like Auntie said. There's no, y'all watch Auntie's advice. There's no winners in this fight. Everybody was wrong. But I'm not finna sit up here and be like, bitch, and then call her out. And then when I get my ass whooped, that's a man. Take your licks. You got your ass whooped. There was 3 of y'all. Really, there was 6 of y'all, because each one of y'all is 2 bitches. So there's 6 versus 2. Y'all got the size and y'all got the numbers. Ain't no way in the hell I got 2 of my homegirls, 3 of my homegirls, and a transgendered woman and a woman. And you mean to tell me the 3 of us who outweigh both of them other two chicks. We gonna lose the fight, girl. You must just go home and just have a Coke and a smile. Just be sitting there like, yeah, we lost. And she broke a nail. She was mad. Yeah, hands down, no. I mean, like, you grew up fighting. I ain't finna fight no transgender chick. I'm not. I had a friend that was in a situation. I was like, girl, step off. That used to be a man. You finna get your ass whooping. I'm not finna step up there with you. I'm just gonna sit here like this. Their sisters got in the car. They was talking-ish. They got in the car. Here come the weather girls talking about it's raining men. They was talking about it's raining fists. And they want to come like, get out the car. I wish somebody would come and tell me, come get out the car, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I ain't no killer, but don't push me. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't push me. I don't want to fight with nobody. But once I'm in the car and you want to come step to the car and you want to run up on me, they was being extra. Okay, I'm getting out the car. They should have backed off and they should have just... They saw the ski mask. You knew what time it was. Like, you should have saw the ski mask and got in the car on that long. You know what? I ain't fight with y'all. But they want to fight. They want to scrap, and then they got it's rain and fists. Hallelujah. Yeah, it was the weather girls versus the city girls. It was like act up before you get smacked up. You know, and then it was like raining. It's raining. It was the city girls versus the weather girls. Like, it was gone. It was on. They already got in the car and was ready to go. Right. Like, he did, you know, Derek knew what he was getting into.
She knew who to bring her, what to do. She's so messy. That's why I don't like her. We were just cool. You think I wanted y'all to fight? You think I wanted to fight? No, I didn't.
And then the little one got to fight.
Who mad at me right now? I don't care. Monique mad at me.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yes, I do. Yeah, they was the gang from the teenage. Yeah, they could be the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle gang. They could. They wanted all that smoke. Derek saying that they want no smoke. They said, yeah, they wanted all the smoke. And then the big one, the youngest one ended up on the ground. I was like, Lord, trust the Lord, somebody help her. Help her, Lord. Get her up, get her ass up off the ground. And then Derek is like, ain't nobody thinking about me and my freedom right now. If you was that worried about your freedom, you wouldn't be trying to have a girl. You wouldn't be on a TV show. You wouldn't have a girl on a TV show while you with 10 different hoes. If you were worried about your freedom, you wouldn't even mess around like that. You wouldn't even put yourself in that situation. You wouldn't put Monique in that situation or your sister. Derek don't care about nobody but him damn self. I don't want to go to jail. I hate this. This is like when we put it on pause. I'm 10 minutes and 23 seconds in, just in case y'all paying attention. These are like the same people that be like, I don't like drama and I don't like fussing and fighting and arguing, but then they put themselves in situations where they popping off at the mouth and then somebody's ready to fight them. And then when the fights show up, they're like, oh my God, what's happening? What do you mean what's happening? You just sat here and called her a bitch, called him ugly, said such and such, and then you're like, I don't want the drama. I don't understand. Derek is the same way. He's saying that he don't want to go back to jail. Nobody's thinking about him. Derek, you're not thinking about you. The only thing Derek is thinking about is the little thing between his legs. That's what Derek is thinking about. So don't tell me about you scared to go back to jail. If you scared to go back to jail, you wouldn't be on this TV show doing all this nonsense. I mean, that's the stupidest thing I didn't heard all day. Oh, you could go back to jail and nobody cared about me. Stop being with 10 different women. Look, Monique went back to the hotel and said enough filming for the day. Derek is all about the drama. He is all about I want to go back to jail. My prediction is within a year, Derek will be back in jail. Because he going to mess with the wrong chick and something going to pop off and something's going to go on. I'm telling you.
Monique has shown me a different side of her this time. She provoked this fight.
Yeah, Monique provoked this fight. And then Monique just sit back like this, like she was scared to do anything. Like, while the other two sisters was getting into it, here Monique in the background looking like a scared chicken, just like she was like this. She didn't know what to do. Like Monique, you can tell she ain't never fought in her life because she was standing back there like, Like she didn't know what to do. Monique didn't. I ain't seen no Monique really throw no hands. She was just trying to break stuff up. She wasn't trying to throw no hands. Teletubbies. Yeah. Derek will be back in the system once the show is over. Once he's had his little 30 seconds of fame and got his little money, Derek will be back, probably running the streets. And he's either gonna get into a fight with some chick and her man, or something's gonna run up on Derek because of something has to do with some women. Because again, the more women or men that you F with, the more chance that something is going to go wrong in your life. I just learned that the more you trying to juggle these women in these relationships and then trying to be on this show and do, somebody's gonna approach Derek that he's gonna offend, or somebody's gonna approach him and step to him in the wrong way, and he's gonna get mad and it's gonna be on. So I mean, I'm just saying that's just my prediction, because you just doing too much. He should be trying to get his life together. He should be trying to get a job. He should be trying to get his own place to stay and just keep his head down, maybe go back to school. He said he got money saved up or whatever, which I think some woman sent him $9,000 from what I've read, allegedly. So I don't know. But anyway, we're talking about Justine and Michael now. Them two get on my nerves too. So now he wants his son to come live with him. Child, I'm just like,
being able to sit there in that cell and watch you grow through pictures, it was hard. You know, I can't even imagine what you guys were going through. Yeah. Even though Justine's kids are wonderful and I love them, my son is my son.
Yeah, his son is his son. I can understand why he wants his son with him, his children, any of his children with him. Now, I don't know if this is the right time to be doing it, though. Like, I'm still like, okay, this is not really the right time, I would say, to be doing this. Like, he how long has he been home from jail? Like, how, just, child, okay. I don't know. Yeah, where are they gonna live this week? Vegas, Texas, Houston? I don't know. I don't know. They're gonna buy land. They're gonna buy a house. They're gonna buy a condo. They're gonna buy a trap house. I don't know what's going on. Justine and Michael, they all over. I heard that Justine was live. I heard on Jill's channel she was live, and they was eating her alive on the live. They was reading her for filth on the live. They had nothing but bad things to say to Justine. Now, I don't agree with all that, because again, I had to say to everybody, I'm not on these people's social media. I don't know what they say. I just hear things from according to Amber and Gio and Auntie. Those are the main ones that I watch. There's another YouTuber named Zane, another one named eBird, and they're international YouTubers. Like, they're in other countries, and I like to see their perspective from somebody from other countries, especially Zane, because he's from Africa. He's like Tunisian, and so to hear his perspective. And then eBird, she's from England. So I like their perspective, but those are the only ones that I watch that watches like 90 Day and these, they watch mostly 90 Day, which I still haven't got around to watching, because anyway, we'll see next week what happens next week when I have more time. But I don't know. I'm not on these people's, like I said, social media channels. So I don't know what they be saying on social media, but I heard that Justine, that they was mad at Justine.
Right now, I'm trying to figure out what we're gonna
do. They was saying bad things to her, and I don't know what they were saying, but I just giggled a little bit.
Right now. Like, is now really the time for this?
Lord Lucas, I don't know who that is. Is he international or is he here? Because I'm really picky. Like, the only reason I watch Gio's show is because Gio, really, to be honest with you, Gio reminds me of my brother. Like, and when I saw Gio and I started listening to him, and I'm like, Gio is just as like, down to earth and in the hood like I am. And then his channel, well, no, I take it back. I found According to Amber first, because she popped up in my feed. And so I watching According to Amber. Then Gio came as a suggestion. Then I started watching him. And I get a lot of suggestions for a lot of channels, and I watch for like 2 seconds, and it's just not my thing. And I like Auntie's advice. I just recently started watching her. Zane, like I said, I love Zane. I think he's a cutie. And then eBird. But that's it. Like, I don't watch a lot of reality shows. I watch 90 Day Fiance. A lot of these YouTube bloggers, they'll post other things about other shows, and I don't know what they're talking about because I don't watch these shows. I don't watch Married at First Sight. I don't know who Blueface and Chrisane is. I tune out over that. I don't give a damn about rappers. I don't care about 1,000 Pound Friends and I don't watch 1,000 Pound Sisters. I don't watch Amy and all that. I don't watch none of that. I watch Love After Lockup, 90 Day, and I watch my 600 Pound Life. And that's really about it. That's as much reality TV that I personally can stand. This is not my wheelhouse. You know, if I would do videos about what I really would watch, it would throw the algorithm off because I watch Picard, I watch Mandalorian, I watch Loki when Loki was on. I watch a lot of sci-fi shit. I watch a lot of Korean dramas. I thought about doing videos about my K-drama shows I watch. I watch a lot of Netflix and K-drama. I watch a lot of sci-fi. So this is really just, you know, I tell everybody, reality shows and Love After Lockup, this is my side piece. This is not my main. This is my side bitch. This is stuff that people don't know me can't believe I watch. I watch a lot of news. I watch a lot of history. I watch a lot of true crime. So this is kind of like, you know, my side piece. This is not what I normally watch as entertainment, but it's fun to talk with y'all about it. Y'all are the most engaging audience. Like there is a sci-fi audience out there, but you guys are the most engaging audience because I used to do sci-fi shows and I do House of the Dragon when it was on, and I do stuff like that. That's a big enough show, but you know. So we're on the crackhead Blaine and Lindsey, and then they're meeting with Blaine's dad, and Blaine's dad. You know what? I can't say nothing bad about nobody. I'm done. You know, I ain't.
Right now, I'm trying to figure
The
out
dad seems just as weird and awkward as Blaine. I'm just saying.
Long-term plan. So I'm a little scattered right now. Like,
He
it's
just,
not really the
you
time
know,
for
K
this.
dramas are the
Let's
best.
not worry about the
I don't watch Bravo.
things.
I don't even have
Don't worry
Bravo.
about these pending charges. Let's just feel like these things aren't happening.
Yeah, I love
That's not gonna get anything done.
I love Gio because Gio is very down to earth and very sincere. And then I watched the show and I know he started bringing people on the stream and I'm like, shit, I like to talk. And I have a friend named Tony Teflon that used to do a streaming show, and he used to have people on, but he got in trouble with YouTube, so he used to have us After Dark thing, and I used to be on there. And then a lot of my subscribers know me from Tony Teflon. And then I went to Gio's channel and I was like, well, let me get on here and say hi, what's up? And then I was like, oh, these some cool people. Blaine's dad is creepy. See, GSP, I didn't want to say it, but Blaine's dad is creepy. He's giving me real creepazoid vibes. Like there's something weird about this man. That I don't know what. I'm not gonna say anything about this man. I don't know this man, but this motherfucker seemed weird.
I'm trying to figure out what she wants to serve her up. She's pulling out safe after safe after safe. Flips the top.
And I'm tired of Blaine and Lindsey. This storyline is boring to me. Hi, my kitty here. Oh, hi, my kitty. Oh, hi. Hey, this is Mickey. He still misses his brother Buttons. You miss Buttons, don't you? Mm-hmm. Hi.
That kid got me more dates if I had.
That's my kitty, Mickey. That's Mickey. He's watching too. He's looking. I think he's coming over here to lay up on me. Hi, baby. Come on.
Yeah.
He's coming to lay here on my pillow. Blaine and Lindsey.
Yeah, before I heard all this stuff about Blaine's criminal charges, I really felt like Blaine and I were on the fast track to marriage.
She thought her and Blaine was on the fast track to marriage. Girl. Oh, yeah, Mickey. He cute kitty. He big kitty.
But I don't know.
He's lonely, though. He really misses Buttons. He misses him a lot.
Are we trying to figure this out?
They watch Bird TV on YouTube. Are you serious? I gotta watch Bird TV. You hear that, Mickey? Bird TV. He's like, what?
She's too sharp, Blaine. Too sharp.
Blaine's dad is like, she's too sharp, Blaine. What the hell does that even mean? Is this like some country shit I'm missing out? I'm from Michigan. I can't be getting with these country motherfuckers. Like, I don't know what they be talking about. She's real sharp there, Blaine. Yeah, she is, Daddy. What the hell in the name of Foghorn Leghorn is happening? Like I'm asleep. Like, I don't even know what they talking about. She is sharp, Daddy. Yeah, Daddy. She sure is, Daddy. She's a sharp one there, Daddy. You know, I'm like, what the fuck?
he is an amazing kid, and it really makes
He's a date daddy.
happy to have him in the house.
So back to Justine and Michael. I'm so over like the redneck country foghorn leghorn show. So the son is living with them now.
You know what? I want to know what's going on with the girl thing. Did you get a paper?
The restrictions have impacted my life significantly because, once I came home, I wasn't able to move around. I'm confined to the state of Pennsylvania.
Okay, so Michael's talking about he's confined to the state of Pennsylvania.
She signs off and allows me to go to Vegas.
So he wants his parole officer to sign off on him to go to Vegas. And like I said, I don't know how they're going to live in Vegas. Vegas, from what I've heard, Vegas is expensive. Like, you might as well be living in California is expensive. Vegas is not Texas, baby. Texas is cheap to live here. I don't like Texas. I'm like, don't come bring that shit here, but, So I guess the parole officer signed up, and so they move into Las Vegas. I don't understand. I like how you can uproot your kids and just I live in one city. I'm like, I can go get me a house in McKinney, but I'm like, my kids got to change schools. Literally, McKinney's like 30 minutes away. I don't want to move 30 minutes away with my children because I'm like, I got to take them out to school and all that. That's a lot. So these people moving across the country away from his other children. That's another thing I don't understand. How do you move away from your children? And then what about, I heard, I'm not saying this is correct, but I heard that Justine, one of her kids or both her kids, the dad, he may not be in their life like he should be, but he is involved in some little sort of way. So they're taking her kids away from their dad too. So I don't. 7 parents involved. Like, you have baby mamas, you got baby daddies, you got ex-husbands, you got cats, dogs, chickens, fish, gerbils, leopards, whatever. So you got a lot of people, and then his sister and his mother, and you're leaving. And then what about her mom? Like, I do feel bad for the kids. I'm like, you taking them away from, and apparently Justine, from what I learned, this is not the first time that she's moved. So perhaps her kids are used to it. But from what I've heard, let me put it on pause, that Justine didn't move several times. So yeah, that's what. Hey, Lily Bear. Hi, Lily Bear. Welcome, Joseph. Yeah, Blaine. Yeah, they acting like teenagers. And then, like I said, from what I heard, Justine, she's moved several times.
I'm a little worried about if she knows about the pregnancy or not.
Yeah, and they said it's super, expensive, especially if he wants land. It's not cheap to live in Las Vegas.
I'm not trying to get back into her again.
And so the sister's like, what? Like, she's not feeling it. And then you got the son, he just moved there. And I'm just like, had they even talked to the other kids about the son moving in? Like, this is just like some ghetto hot shit nightmare that I'm just sitting there going, like, the kids. That's the only thing I'm worried about is the kids. I don't care what Justine and Michael do or not do. It's just like, I worry about kids. And the reason why I worry about kids, I tell people, because you're raising children and you're putting your kids out there in the world for other people to deal with. I understand that I'm raising children and I'm trying to get my kids, and no kids will be perfect. No person is perfect, but get them well enough to be acclimated as children. So when they get adults, whenever, because shit's going to hit you as an adult, everybody know, we all know we're adults, we're grown. Things happen to you have no control over. You make mistakes. You do things that you hurt your own self. You hurt other people. We've all been there. We're grown. I'm trying to give my kids a solid foundation and fighting chance to where they're able to handle problems and dealing with issues, and then I'm damaging other people. This is. I'm not trying to throw stones at nobody's kids or how they parenting, but this is the type of shit that where people grow up and they have fears and phobias and they have emotional hangups and they have daddy issues and mommy issues and step parent issues that they pass along to people in relationships. I have been there. I have dated men with daddy issues, men with women issues, because they didn't like the decisions that their mama made when they were younger. This is a snowball effect. You know what I'm saying? Like, you raising kids, but your kids are not always going to be with you. You're putting them out in the world for other people to deal with the shit that you're putting them through. Then they bring that baggage and shit onto other people, and it just keeps going. So I get mad about the children so bad, because it's like, you should be trying to minimize the harm that the damage that you do to your kids, and the idea that whatever you do, your kids just gonna roll with it. I don't agree with that. Kids need stability. Kids need support. Kids need consistency. They need all of that. As human beings, we need that. Period. Even grown people. Yeah, it's a domino effect. One thing leads to another, and it snowballs. Ain't nobody want no damaged ass dude, ladies. Come on now. We've all done with it. Ladies, we married some fucked up men. Some of y'all done married some fucked up men. Y'all done dated some fucked up men. Some of y'all men out there watching this, y'all dated damaged women who got daddy issues. Women that they mama didn't had 6 or 7 different boyfriends and different uncles and stepfathers, and they have issues with that. Again, no more damaged people. Or at least if you're gonna, and then these people get damaged and they don't want to get help. They don't want to admit that they have an issue or a problem. They have these problems, and then they bring these problems on to you, to me, to us, and they drag all they damage on. Then you have kids with them, and then they pass it on to their kids. It's like the level of instability. Are Justine and her kids gonna grow up to be like her? Are they gonna be smart mouth, unstable? Justine got a smart ass mouth. She got a funk ass attitude. So it's like, is her daughter's gonna be just like her, and then they're gonna have boyfriends and have the attitude? Are they gonna grow up and be the same? What, you know what I'm saying? Like, you try to do better for your kids. You don't just make selfish decisions. And I understand that they thinking that we're gonna go to Las Vegas and make this money and do this and do that and do that. And then, but I can't identify with the idea that I just think whatever I do, oh, my kids are gonna be okay. Well, this is gonna be better for them in maybe in the long run, but in the short term, it's like I feel guilty as a parent. Just the little shit that I do, I couldn't imagine. Like I said, I wanted to move. I want to get a brand new house and move 30 minutes away. And my kids are like, no, we like our school, we like our friends, and I'm just like. So it's like, it's not that serious enough for me to move. It's not a career thing. It's nothing like that. It's just me, vanity. It's just me wanting a bigger house. I want a bigger house. And this will be a nicer neighborhood. And we already live in a nice neighborhood, Mom. The kids are like, well, we have a big enough house. You want a bigger house? You want a house with a pool? It's vanity. So I'm like, okay, I'm not uprooting this over vanity. And it just seems like Michael wants to go and pursue his dreams and do what he want to do. Not understanding that there's like 7 kids and a kid on the way. Like, it's like, regardless of what Justine wants to do.
Look at a few things and see about the houses and just see what everything's looking like over there.
And moving takes planning. You got to see where you live and what kind of school district. Like,
make it seem like I'm not able to come somewhere, because that's just not going to happen.
And Justine just kind of want to go along because I don't know. I don't know. I guess she's afraid that if he goes out to Las Vegas, then he's going to cheat on her or forget about her. So she feels like she has to go along because, well, he's my man. And I'm like, we're not going without me. And, but that's the kind of man you married, though. Like, but I don't understand that. I don't understand these women who get with these men and like, baby, that's the kind of man you married. That's in the entertainment industry. And you suddenly feel some type of way. Okay, girl, just. Yeah, and he's 40 years old. Trying to break into a rap career. You 40 years old. Like, and she just feels insecure to where, well, he's not going nowhere without me. Girl, you sound stuck on stupid. You sound like a 20-year-old. Stuck on fucking stupid. I mean, yeah, it's like nobody's thinking about their kids. It's like these people are not invested in their children. I'm invested in my kid's future. Where's the oldest one gonna go to college at? He has a son that's like 15. I think he's about 15 years old. He has a daughter that's 16. Where are they gonna go to college at? Any discussion about where they're gonna go to college? Where are we gonna get this money? That's your investment. Not, I want to be a 40-year-old rapper. I have dreams and aspirations. I love doing art. I love my expression and my creativity, and and being an artist, but I understand, like, as a human being, my kids come first. Like as a parent, regardless of whether I want to do, there's plenty of things that Miss Kiki want to go out and do, y'all. Plenty of things I want to get it, but I'm a parent first. That's number one. I'm a parent first. First, I don't care if I got to work 2 jobs, 3 jobs, 4 jobs. I will do whatever it takes to make sure that my kids are set, that they have the things that they need, and regardless of whether I like it, I like my career, I don't like my career. Well, I want to go do this, and I once my kids are grown and out the house, then I have time enough to retire and just be and go. If I want to go to an art soiree in Paris and drop $5,000 and go spend a week in Paris learning about art, when I'm old, I'll go do that. But now, when I do it, $5,000 go a long way. And and going to an art seminar in Paris is not good for a 40-something-year-old mama. You know, this is not what happened. Oh, hey, Dustin, what's up? Yeah. 40 is when you're freshest. Yeah, that's right. Okay, Shawn and okay, Shawn and Sara. They in a hot tub in the living room.
I'm not sure, why she shut me down.
I guess they trying to get freaky. I don't know. And I guess he was trying to set up something romantic. I don't know.
I'm browsing for like engagement ring. I want her to feel special.
She talking about those two are focused on wearing matching clothes. They focus on something. And but the kids ain't it. Like, and then the idea, like, I couldn't even this is so this okay, y'all. I couldn't fathom the idea of me being with somebody who has that many children, and the focus is not talking about his children all the time. Like, I'm always like, is your kid straight? Is your daughter straight? Like, that would always be in the back of my mind. If we move away, what are your kids gonna think about this? You already been locked up in prison. No, we're not moving away from your children. Do the children want to come with us? That is my mindset. Is your kids gonna be okay with this? Or what did the children's moms think about? Like that's my thinking, is my kids,
As far as I know, she doesn't.
It's just the kids.
I'm happy that I have someone reliable to watch the kids, but I mean, I'm a little bit nervous,
And so I guess the sister is coming over and she doesn't know that Justine is pregnant
and stuff, but I'm still a little on guard, especially because
I guess she doesn't know
when
that
it comes to you and the boys. You know how I am. Do you think she's still pissed about it? I mean, she may feel possibly.
Again, I can't. I need to smell my candle, y'all. Y'all can get my candles. Y'all can look in the description and support the channel by liking and favoriting and sharing things that are in my 2 Etsy shops. You get 20% off with the code CARD20. I just have to smell my candles because I don't understand. I don't understand why a grown ass woman is having grown conversations with a 17-year-old. Let me continue. That's not a conversation I would have with my daughter. First of all, I ain't trying to. Her daughter's a gorgeous young lady. Okay. First of all, I wouldn't have my daughter dressed like this with a 15-year-old boy in the house and my husband who just got out of prison. Would you think I want to have my 17-year-old walking around with a crop top with a belly button? Maybe it's just me. Again, I am not a prude. I am not conservative by any means necessary. I am all about not body shaming. I'm all about expression. I'm very liberal. I'm all about sexual freedom and claiming your womanhood and being body positive. I'm all about that for grown people. I'm not about that for anybody under the age of 18. I'm not. I'm just not. I'm definitely not. I'm about certain expressions and things. Yeah, I'm about that. About a teenage girl No, I want my daughter to carry herself in a certain way. My daughter takes her cues from me. I'm wearing a fucking tracksuit. Guess what my daughter owns? Tracksuits. How you look and what you do, no matter how you preach to your child, they pick up what you. My daughter dresses like me. I didn't tell her to, but she just picks up that she wears. My daughter likes tracksuits and she wears gym clothes. I wear a lot of fitness clothes. I wear a lot of fitness gear because I'm working out 4 or 5 days a week and I'm always on the go. So my daughter, I didn't tell her to dress like that. That's not what she wears. My daughter wears a lot of gym and a lot of fitness wear. Like, she'll go to the store and be like, "Ooh, I want them yoga pants." Like that's a kid pick up what you're doing. So by the way that Justine dresses around her kids, I can see her daughter dressed like that. I can see why the sister and the mom was mad. Because again, I wouldn't want my daughter. My daughter's 9. I wouldn't want my daughter at 17 dressing like that with a 15-year-old boy in the home and a dude that just got out of prison. Y'all can add me. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say, but it's just not happening. It's not happening. Now when she at college and she, out there sowing her oats and sowing her, she can dress however she want to do. But in my house, I don't care what you leave when you go hang out with your little girlfriends. Hey, I just don't want them to be dressing like no hoe. They get in trouble. I don't want them wearing tight stuff, and I don't want them to become a target. Once you're out of my house, you freedom to do whatever you want to wear, a little crop top or whatever. That's fine. I understand her daughter is a cheerleader and she gets good grades and she's a good girl. She's not in trouble. That has nothing to say about her daughter's character or Justine's parenting. But a kid picks up what you do and how you look. And the fact that I have a 17-year-old wearing a crop top, it's a no for me. It's a no for me. And the biggest issue is that Justine had a problem with the sister and the mother-in-law, and her daughter was standing right there. Now she's talking to her daughter like she's talking to a homegirl. And her daughter's asking her, "Well, do you think they're still going to have issues?" Let a child stay in a child's place. Let a child stay in a child's place. I'm not going to sit here and discuss problems that I'm having with my sister-in-law and my mother-in-law with my teenage fucking kid. Let a child stay in a child's place. Because that causes problems in the back of that kid's brain that they don't not mature enough to deal with. So she's going to feel some type of way about her new aunt and the grandmother. The daughter's going to feel something. You can't tell me that she at 17 is not feeling some type of way about how the aunt talked to her mother. Please don't play me like that. Like when they show up, she is feeling some type of way. So she got to sit up there and hug on them and be fake when y'all just had a conversation about them. Fuck out of here, man. Fuck out of here. When you just sat up there and had a conversation. So Justine is not only she fake, but then she teaching her daughter to be fake as she. Look, say it with your whole chest. You ain't gonna walk up in my house and we got an issue and I'm finna hug up on you. I'm sorry. That's just not me. If I got beef with you, I'm not finna hug up on you and be like, "Oh, hey, nice to see you." That is not me. Let me tell you, you got beef with Keisha, you walk up in my house, I'll be like, "Yo, what's up?" I'll be like, "Oh, hi." I'm be cordial. I'm be respectful. How you doing? But you're not finna walk up in my house and I'm finna be like, when I was just talking about, ooh, is there drama? Ooh, do you know how they're gonna act? Ooh, oh, they here. I hate that shit. Say it with your whole chest. So when you come in my house and we got issues, we finna sit down and we finna have a conversation. Let's sit down here and discuss without the kids in the room. Without the kids in the room. All the kids in the room. Fuck out of it. I can't. I just years of therapy, Justine. Years of therapy. That's what you and your fucking kids are gonna do. Years of therapy, honey.
Yeah, it was his idea, but I definitely,
But I don't need to be discussing with my child about any relationship I have with another grown person. I don't care if I'm fighting with my mama. I don't care if I'm fighting with my cousin. I don't care if I'm fighting with my cat. I'm not having a conversation with my child about what relationship and issues I have with another grown person because you, ma'am, are not grown. You're not grown. It ain't got nothing to do with her kids, her daughter. Stay out of it. Like there's nothing to do with you. Come in the living room is so depressing. I don't think it's horrible. I don't think it's that depressing. I just think that the fact that you have again, you you you, you can't have adult conversations with your kids around. Adult topic need to stay with adults, always with adults, because kids don't know how to process it. I know people that was raised around people having grown conversations and they started thinking bad about other people and it never left them. Because, grown people get over shit quickly than a kid. It lingers. It's something that you don't know what effect a child is going to have in their mind and what they start to think about another person. And it causes drama later on in life. It causes drama in families when people start talking bad about their brothers and their sisters and their uncles and their cousins. So whenever they see Uncle such and such, they remember that their mom said Uncle such and such was an alcoholic and he wasn't no good. He was a piece of shit. So when they start relating to them, they start like, well, I heard Uncle such and such was a piece of shit. That's how kids think. So they start being like, okay, start reacting to them a certain way. The curtain screen target clearance. Leave the target clearance alone. Tell me, it looks so bleak. I think it's an Airbnb. A lot of people think it's an Airbnb because there's nothing on the walls, and that usually means it's an Airbnb. So I don't know if they're living in an Airbnb. It looks like an Air. If it walks like an Airbnb and talks like an Airbnb, then it's an Airbnb. Because that's what it looked like to me. It looked like it don't look like they real house. It don't look like a house that's lived in with children. I mean, my kids, I have stuff on the walls. It doesn't look like it. So Michael's now with his sister and his mama.
You want to give her that proposal, or is there something else?
She's saying, do you really want to propose to her, or is it something else?
I want her to feel special.
Girl, if you want her to, boy, if you want her to feel special, buy her a fucking puppy and call it a day. The sister's like, so there's not something else, Yeah, it looks like an Airbnb. That's my opinion. Again, I may be wrong, but that's what it looked like to me with no pictures on the wall and all that. Airbnb. They just annoy me. I just can't. I'm just like, I don't want my kids to grow up too fast. That's why I get annoyed, because my kids go to school with kids like this who have grown up too fast, who are having grown conversations, who are into grown things. And my kids are like, Mom, what is this? What is that? What does that mean? Because my kids stay in a kid's place. I don't, my son is 13, and then these kids out here cussing, and because my son don't cuss. My son don't talk about sex, and I don't talk about sex around my children. I don't cuss around my children, and not because I want them to be shelters, because I want them to respect themselves and respect other people and understand that there's words and ways to describe things that don't involve profanity. And I want my kids to understand that, that I want them to be children. I don't want them to grow up being 13, 14 years old and my daughter's twerking and dancing and wearing tight skirts and wearing crop tops at 14. This is what the young girls out here doing, because that's the example that they have at home. My kids don't have that example. Your girl, I will twerk like the rest of them. I keep that shit at the club. I don't be, twerking in front of my children. My kids get in the car. We not playing, in the club, booty, butt cheeks in the club, shake the ass. Now that's fine for some people. That's what they want to do. But my kids, they don't hear none of that. They not. That's not appropriate for a 9-year-old to be hearing. Yeah, nigga, go down on me, suck my throat. Like my kids can't hear that, and they don't know what that says. My kid be like, she said, what now? So what? Yeah, what happened to the car he brought when he was in jail? I don't know what happened to the car. Who knows? Lily Bear, nobody knows with Michael and Justine. Just nobody knows. The shit disappeared. The house will just disappear. The furniture disappear next week. You gonna see an episode next week. You gonna walk up in there and they ain't gonna have nothing in the house. It's just gonna be bare floors. It's gonna be like 6 dogs. You be like, where the dogs come from? It's gonna be 5, 6 other people living in there, and you like, who is these white people? Like with Justine and Michael, you never know. It's all smoke and mirrors. It's fake businesses. It's fake rap careers. It's just a lot of fakeness. It's just a lot of flash and a lot of this and a lot of that and a lot of, we got this car, but we got this car too, but then you don't really see this car, but you don't really know this car. And then, well, it's an Airbnb. No, it's really my house. And then we're moving. And how we moving? Well, obviously that's not your house, because if it was her house she owned, she would be talking about selling the house. I haven't heard that conversation about nothing about selling no houses. Then we're gonna move to Vegas, and then then we're gonna take these kids with me, and then yet we gotta do this and we gotta do that. Like with Justine and Michael, it's all a bunch of bullshit. It's just a bunch of bullshit. Like it's all facade. That's the best way I can say it. It's all facade. It's just all for the show. You don't know what's real anymore. You don't even know if these people got real names. Like you don't even know what their real names is. So here come Cameron and Eris. And Cameron talking about having a healthy relationship with Eris's daughter, which he's calling his daughter. But Cameron, honey, you already have a daughter that he doesn't see apparently. That was a rental. Yeah, I said it was a rental. Because you didn't hear nothing about them selling the house.
He's the love of my life. He's my everything.
He seems very attentive, especially with the little date he set up last night. Not little, that was a big date. I ain't never had that in my entire life.
I've never had anything like that. So it's like, where's the money coming from?
He had something stacked up before he left.
I don't know. It's like,
so now we're talking about Cameron Eris, and she has her friend there, and he's talking about she don't know where the money came from for the romantic dinner, which I still say, in my opinion, a lot of people that it was set up by the producers. Because it's easy to disprove that. You just show the receipts. It's easy. I'm sure Cameron has an email or something, or a reservation, or a credit card receipt, or something showing where he set this up. Because he had to set up the food and rent out the staff and the people and buy the food. I'm sure there's a receipt somewhere, sweetie. So he was on the internet talking about he's mad because people are like, no, the producers set it up. He's like, no, I paid for it and had nothing to do with the producers. Show the receipts. Show the receipts. It's that easy. Screenshot an email. It's that simple. You had to put a reservation or a down payment or a deposit, something. And I'm sure you didn't pay for it with cash. It has to be paid through some sort of credit card or PayPal, something. So you just got out of jail. Show the receipts. Where's the deposit at? Where was the reservation at, Cameron? Show the receipt. Screenshot it. Show the receipt. And spray paint the state's gold. Yeah, this is set up by production. This is talking about, well, he paid for it. I don't believe that until I see some receipts. Show the receipts. It's easy. I had to rent something. I had to rent a venue out for my son's birthday. I had to go out and rent something for him. Guess what? I had to make a reservation. I had to put a deposit down. I had to put a credit card on file. And then they send you an email verifying it's this day for this amount and yada, yada, yada. It's that easy. If production didn't set it up, then you can easily just screenshot a receipt. And like I said, that's not something you pay for in person with cash. It's something you would reserve online or over the phone. So, and they're going to send you an email confirmation. So again, Cameron, show the receipts. Just here's the confirmation, what I paid for. Here's the company, yada, yada, yada. All of that looked fake. The waiters look fake. Hell, the food even looked fake. All of it looked fake. I mean, to me, it looked fake. Yeah, that's what I said. How can they? Well, a lot of times they don't have to pay restitution unless they. I know in the state of Texas, unless they're committed a crime of theft or fraud. So they have restitution. Yeah. Because I mean, you a drug dealer, you have to pay no. Well, no, I take that back. I know somebody who was a drug dealer that did have to pay restitution. I think it just depends on what type of drug crime we're talking about. It depends on the state too. Yeah, they should all have a legal financial obligation because they have to pay the parole officers. They have to pay per month. I know somebody in California, Texas, and Michigan that they have to pay their parole officer or probation officer per month. They have fees. They have court costs and legal fees paying per month. So is Cameron talking about spending all this money? How, even if it was, let's say if Cameron did do the dinner and did pay for it, why would you spend that kind of money when Cameron don't have a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out of? Why would you spend all of that money when you're living in another state? I would be upset. I wouldn't want somebody to treat me out to a dinner. I would want to have some plans talking about like what How much money do you have? Why is that Eris is his wife? Okay. And she doesn't know how much money he has. She doesn't know how much money he has saved up, and he's being all secretive and cryptic about it. But y'all married? Honey, marriage is joint assets. It ain't just his money and what he saved up. It's joint assets. So why as a woman that you're married to somebody and they paying for stuff, why would you want that person to be secretive about any goddamn thing when it comes to somebody? Yeah, but it's like I don't understand. It's shady. It's shady, but you're supposed to be married. How you gonna be shady when you married to somebody? I can understand if y'all dating, y'all just living together, Blaine and Lindsey, okay. But if you're legally married, whatever assets they have is your assets. Whatever debt they have is your debt. So I don't understand why. Don't worry about where I got the money from. We married. What do you mean? Don't worry. Is it something you're going to have to pay taxes on? Because we got to file taxes jointly at the end of the fucking year. Like, child, I can't deal with this. I can't deal with these people think like acting like children.
Everything I said I was gonna do, I've done, and I continue to do. But I'm only showing improvement in one woman. So
yeah, I understand that he doesn't owe the friend any explanation. I agree.
I know what I'm capable of. I know I can take care of her, and I don't have to be a lady. It doesn't. Keep that behind you.
I understand that he doesn't owe her friend any explanation, which I agree with. And he doesn't have to prove anything to her friend. I agree. But I understand that she's concerned for her friend. And I would be too in that situation. I would be concerned for my friend. Like, what kind of person is she going out with and what is she getting into? Yeah, so I understand her being worried about her friend. But I still think this storyline is fake. This is all set up with the friend and all this. I don't believe none of this. So
she is lying to me about going to the casino.
And then he's buying his expensive meal. But again, it's just the infantile way of thinking that, this is everything I ever wanted in a man. I want a man with stocks and options. I don't need a man to buy me a $1,000 steak. I'm looking at him going, how much does that steak cost? Where'd you get it from? What did you get it on sale? Why are you spending our money? That's my line. My mindset is always about making my money and stacking my money. If we are in a situation where we just getting married, you just moving down here with me, you just getting from being incarcerated, and she don't even have no AC in her place. The AC needs to get fixed or whatever they're trying to say. I don't know if that storyline, I don't know if it's fake or real. Why would I even condone somebody spending money like that on me? Yeah, that's nice, but that's nice. That you do that when we establish, when we're stable, when you're working, I work. I still don't know what the fuck heirs do. Does anybody know what heirs do for a living? I'll wait. Does anybody know? Because I don't even know what she do for a living. This whole entire time from the last season to this season, I ain't see heirs go to no job. I didn't see heirs work no job. I didn't see heirs bringing no income. I'm like, so, they of course they didn't sign no prenup, Cameron, I just like, okay, so what does heirs do for a living? Like, that's why I'm like, just confused on all of this. Cause I'm like, okay, girl, are you going to work? Like, what, it's like, okay, so he's just going to live off of you. I know Cameron has a job now. I know he's went online and says he has a job. He's working at a call center or doing whatever. And that's good. But I'm just like, why would you spend this money when it doesn't seem like y'all rolling in the dough or y'all balling? It doesn't seem like, they like Eris comes from money or Cameron comes from a money family and they got families in a trust fund situation. It don't seem none of that. So obviously you're talking about working class people. So if they're both working class people,
to me about where he is,
so why would you condone anybody spending that much money on something that's so frivolous? We can do dinners later. We have a whole lifetime in theory. if you're together and you're married, you have a whole lifetime worth of doing dinners and doing things special. We can do this on an anniversary. We can do this on birthdays and Christmases and stuff like that. That comes later. My concern would be like, we need to get you set up. We need to get ourselves stable. We need to save some money. Eris has a daughter to take care of, supposedly, allegedly. I don't know if the daughter lives with her or lives with the mama. I've heard different things, allegedly, so I don't know what the truth is about that, whether the daughter really lives with her or not. Who knows? But my point is, I would be trying to get self-sufficient and financially stable first before going out and doing all this shit because they're on a TV show. And I promise you, if he did pay for it, the only reason they're doing a lot of this shit is because they're on a TV show and they have to come up with something for them to do. Because other than that, Cameron and Eris are boring, y'all. They boring.
If he's gonna lie to me about
her tagline says data entry. Okay. Whatever you come to a relationship is exactly what you leave with. Not necessarily. In the state of Texas, I was married, and I know even when my husband died, I had my husband's dad. It took me years to dig out of my husband's dad because we had credit cards. My husband opened up I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. My late husband, God may he rest in peace. He opened up credit cards and stuff with my name, with joint accounts with my name on it. My husband had a car, okay, that I was the co-signer for. He died. I already had a car payment. I let the car go back. The car company turned around and put that money on my taxes. There's a certain tax that they can sign for. Anytime you have a car that may be repoed, I'm sure not a lot of people know this, but let me school y'all real quick. Anytime you have a car that is repossessed or you return the car back to the bank, right? You're like, I can't pay for this car. Turn it back to the bank. Not only do they put it on your credit, but they can turn it in and they can also put it on your taxes, and you will end up owing that money on your taxes. I forgot the form it is. It's like a C something. It's like a 1090 C3 something. I had no idea that this was even legal, but it's very legal. But they can put it on your taxes. They did that to me. And they can put it on your taxes years later after it goes to collections. Even though I went to the credit bureau reports and I said, I do not owe this money. My husband is deceased. They took it off my credit bureau, but the bank went and filed they filed it as a tax write-off. And that money that they wrote off got put on my taxes, even though I don't owe the bank. It's not in my credit history and I could not get it off. I went to a tax counselor and everything. And they were like, you owe the IRS $3,000 something for a car that I returned back to the bank when my husband died. And this was like in 2015. So that's a true story. No lie. I owed the IRS $3,000 something that I got a tax refund check and they took out their $3,000 out of my refund check. No lie. So I tell everybody out there, be careful who you co-sign for. Be careful who you get on the car with, even if they're a spouse, even if they're dead, the IRS will come and get their money. I've had credit card companies try to get their money. I worked hard. I worked for 3-4 years after my husband passed away to try to get rid of the bad shit. It messed up my credit that I'm just now in 2023 and my husband's been dead for years. Just now my credit is starting to recover because of the debt that my husband had that was like, well, he's passed away, but you're still on this, so you still owe the money. And I had to send in death certificates. I have to file dispute claims to get this shit off my credit. So I tell people, people think, oh, the person passes and they just, no, it don't work like that. Depends on what state you're in. The state of Texas, it don't work like that. These people were coming after me left and right for my late husband's death. And even his mama, she had co-signed some property for him. And he passed away, so she couldn't pay for it anymore. And they came after her because she was on it. She had to pay it back. Like $10,000. She had to pay it back. I mean, it was crazy. It's crazy. So that's a word to the wise when y'all be out there getting married. That it's a whole thing that I didn't even know. I had no idea that I thought my husband passed away and the debt's gone away. It does not go away. I've been fighting for years for this shit. Oh my God, what is happening? They're asking, okay. WeTV is asking, are you in a relationship with an inmate? Right in. Who out there in a relationship with an inmate? Go ahead, get on the show. She said, Tiffany said she was in the Navy, man. She didn't trust me. She filed my taxes. I filed my taxes and paid my bills off myself. Tiffany Smith, baby, girl, you ain't never lied. I don't trust nobody when it comes to my money. Nobody. Husband, wife, kid, mama, dad. I don't trust nobody when it comes to my money. When I was married, we had separate bank accounts when I was married. I tell everybody, these people want to get in these relationships like Chance and Chance and what's her face? They want to get into these relationships, and y'all want to be like, was it Chance or what's Chance's girlfriend's name? What's her name? Tayler. How she get into a relationship with Chance and all this shit, girl. You done lost your ever loving mind. If you think I'm finna move a dude in my house, and what now? I'm finna move a dude in my house, and what now? Like we doing what now? She done lost her mind. I'm finna move this dude in, and then he finna pay these bills, and we finna, and then now Tayler up here in debt, baby, girl. Okay, girl, you done lost your mind, you know. And then the Chance up here just doing all kinds of dirt. He hiding bills, he hiding spills, he hiding thrills and chills. Yeah. I'm not sharing nobody with I'm not breaking bread. I tell you, Kiki don't break bread with nobody. You hear me? Nobody. Ain't no man living up in my house. If we moving together, we're getting a new house. I don't want you moving in my house. I don't want putting bills in your name. I'm not comfortable with nothing. I'm with Tiffany Smith, girl. High five, girl. Because a fool and his money, what has the saying go? A fool and his money will soon shall part quickly. I don't trust no man with my money. Never. I was married. Like I said, we had separate accounts. We had separate bank accounts. There's only a few. Thank God we didn't have that many joint things. And the kitties are here. So back to Shawn and Sara. And here's Sarah's daughter. Here she is. I hadn't seen her in a minute. We first moved in, we had 3 accounts. Yeah. I had 3 accounts too. He had his account, I had my account. Like I tell people the story all the time. My husband didn't even know how much money I made, y'all. I was married and my husband never knew how much money I actually made. I don't be like this cat is over here just really kicking it, y'all. He really want to be in this conversation. Talking about we have 6 accounts. Oh, where's the kitty? Where's the kitty? Oh,
I do, intend on telling him.
What's wrong with you, boo boo?
Because
he's wrong with you, boo boo. He over here laying next to me.
And it involves my child.
It is Shawn. Shawn is just super stupid, Shawn. No wonder Gio call him that. Anyway, we're moving right. I had to get to a new video because this one is just not like. I had to get another video because this one is not. Did y'all hear? I didn't see the video according to Emma, but I heard that like Chance has like a gambling problem or something. Is that true? The Chance has a gambling issue. So anyway, we're going back to Lindsey, and she's with her daughter.
Hi. Are y'all looking for anything specific? We are.
I so want to fast forward this because I'm just not interested.
That's not pure rings.
Are yours and mine and ours? I just want a husband, and I want him to live in one house like across the street, and I want to live here. Y'all know I be telling I want a brother husband all the time. Y'all know I be online telling I want a brother husband. No, I did not hear about Discovery postponing the merger with HBO Max. No, I did not hear that. They should though, because I heard that they going broke. Warner Brothers.
Sports season. Sports all seasons. Exactly. I love it.
I'm chata, bitch.
Basketball season because I found out I was pregnant with you right before the Thrasher game. Sitting in the parking lot in my uniform, waiting to go in the gym.
Again, Lindsey, always just like she wearing an oversized shirt.
14 to your father. He was 16
So Lindsey was 14 when she got pregnant, and her dad was 16.
They went deer hunting after. I just don't want you to lose your childhood like I did.
Like she tell her daughter not to be losing her childhood.
My daughter has always been.
Yeah, the merger is too much money. Lindsey talking about her daughter always been important to her. Okay, girl. Okay.
And then I started selling drugs so I could keep doing drugs. And then I made my life about selling drugs. I missed this huge gap of my daughter's life.
Okay, I you know, like I said, I'm glad she's trying to be a mama.
That my daughter will see what I did wrong and not follow those footsteps. I want to do better for my life.
Okay, she wants to do better for her daughter. I'm gonna have to fast forward, y'all. I can only do so much of Lindsey and Blaine.
I'll still be considered an inmate. I'll still be on DLC property. It's still considered a form of imprisonment. So that's why I really wish you'd ride with me, because I do got to go by the house arrest officer. Well, if anything,
so Blaine's going under house arrest.
And break the news to Lindsey.
Showtime Paramount Plus emerging at the end of the summer. That would be interesting. I love Paramount.
You should be happy for that. I mean, my God,
that's my thought.
that's a miracle.
That's my thought about it.
So Blaine's going under house arrest, y'all. Y'all.
Show her what I've done. I handle the situation. She thinks I ain't handling none of my business. I ain't showing no action.
Okay, I'm just. I'm about to fast forward. I just can't, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't do the Blaine and Lindsey. I just can't. I had to fast forward because I'm just so bored with this shit. I just can't. I just can't do with the talking, the southern accent. Just makes me think that the KKK is going to come kill me. I can't do it, y'all, on so many levels. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Get on one knee and be romantic and profess my love for her in front of everybody.
Yes, I do have Paramount Plus because I watched Picard, Dustin. I'm a huge Star Trek fan. I watched Discovery. I watched Strange New Worlds. I watched Picard. I'm loving Picard right now, by the way. Loving Picard. I'm a huge Star Trek fan.
How do you know?
I see her belly.
And so the sister's like, why are y'all getting married? And so the sister didn't peep game already. She didn't figure out that she's pregnant. She's like, I see her belly. She look fat.
She is pregnant.
So why didn't you tell me?
You know, you're
okay, wait a minute. Who is this? What?
How do you know?
I see her belly.
She see her belly.
About having cravings for cereal and stuff like that. It's just like little things.
Yeah, Justine's not trying to hide it. She just, what is Paramount? Paramount Plus is good. Like I said, I just watched Star Trek.
She is pregnant.
Okay, so his sister is gay. She has a whole wife. That's too cute. She has a whole wife. Yay, gay people.
You know what I mean? This is something for me to find, figure out with her.
You don't think that was fast? Like, you just came home.
She's telling him you just came home and now you just pregnant.
6 years of your time, of your love.
6 years he was locked up.
A baby is just going to complicate it.
That she's saying the baby's just going to complicate it.
Having a baby so soon after being out of prison, it's a little sad for his kids because I know.
Oh no, the sister gonna cry. Oh, right, girl, right. She's like, she's saying it's sad for his kids because they want time with their dad.
I don't want them to feel cheated. That's all.
She says she don't want them to feel cheated. No, I have the ones with the ads. I can't do the ad frame.
What am I gonna do? Pause and wait 5 years until I'm freaking 40?
Yeah, does mom know?
Yeah, she does. She's already.
He's talking about. He just sounds stupid. Michael and Justine, they just sound dumb. Like these are some of the most ignorant motherfuckers. I'm sorry, I hate to say this, but they just sound. I'm just like, is people really this dumb in 2023? Like, well, I can't be 40 years old having a kid. Okay, I know men that have kids at 50. Like, sir, it's not like there's anything really stopping him from having a baby for a long time. I mean, he can have a baby really forever. And Justine is not that old. I mean, they didn't have to have a kid. They don't have to wait 5 years. But getting out of prison and getting her knocked up 3-4 weeks later. What is like 2 levels of extremes? So I had to get her knocked up within 4 weeks, or it's gonna be 5 years. Wait a minute. No one said 5 years. No one said you had to wait that long. Waited a year or two, maybe. But 3 weeks? Okay, now they're just being glib. I mean, it's just being glib. Like this is like some ghetto ignorant madness. It just makes me mad because these are minorities. These are people of color. That just angers me. I go harder on the people of color on this show. I admittedly go harder because I'm just like, it's hard enough being a person of color. It's hard enough being incarcerated, being a person of color. It is hard enough to being a single mother who's a person of color. I'm assuming Justine is biracial or mixed or something like that. It's hard enough raising kids, as a single mom, period. But it's hard enough to have all these things going on in your life. And then you have children that obviously Michael loves his children. I thought he was a good father and he loved his children, care about. Now I'm just kind of like, all of this just sounds very, 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 very childish and selfish. And it annoys me. The kids shit annoy me. I don't care what grown people do with their lives. But it just annoys me that you have other children,
She'll do whatever she wants to do.
And then like his mother and sister's like, okay, this is not cool.
How you doing?
And then like, okay, well, let's jump up and get married. Why? Because she's pregnant?
Engagement ring.
We're gonna get engaged because she's pregnant? I don't understand. You don't have to get engaged just because somebody's pregnant. Or he's trying to prove something, or is this part of the show? I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's set up from the show, because y'all know how the show be doing it. Y'all know.
Chrome set diamonds on the side, bezel set in the center.
It's gorgeous.
That's in white.
Yeah.
So whatever.
Yeah, they like in Fantasy Island. Like the plane. That's what tattoo gonna show up in any time in this motherfucker. Like tattoo, did he plane? Boss, they plane. Like what is this? This Fantasy Island? What is this? What is it? What is this? Like, and then like, okay, I'm gonna get engaged.
Our very first one that was
For what? Like for the TV? Like, hopefully this is set up because of the producers and this is because all of this is like dumb shit I would do when I was 22 years old, not 30, not almost 40 years old. Like I said, the way they think is like, it's like childish. It's like it's infants. It's like little kids. And then let's go out and spend money. We trying to move to Vegas. We trying to do this. I got 7, almost 8 whole ass kids. Let me go and drop a couple $1,000s on the engagement ring. What? Oh my God. Right. Okay. Like, oh, okay, let's just spend some more money. Justine quit her job, supposedly, in theory. I'm hearing things about that.
7 kids already.
Yes, I do know that. Right now my sister has a point.
Yeah, she definitely has a point. You got 7 kids.
No. But one of the things that is going to make me happy is knowing that I was able to do this the right way.
How are you going to keep that from her, though?
And you can do it the right way. You can get engaged the right way. But it doesn't have to be like right now. Like, okay, we just wait. Yeah, Justine and Michael acting like children.
Finds out that it's gone.
Thank you.
She won't know.
And then now he's hiding it from her, the money he spent. And this is not how a marriage is supposed to go. Like,
Hide something from her, but it's not really nothing shady to the point where I'm doing.
yeah, it's not. I'm not saying it's anything shady, but the producer says that sounds a little shady.
Everything's not for everybody.
Yeah, it does sound a little shady. It's like,
You can't say nothing about that. Either you, Con.
yes, Michael makes a bunch of like. I like Michael in the beginning, but now I'm just like, he's child. Like Michael is childish. Tayler is setting some shit on fire, yo. Tayler, Tayler and Chance, Like I said, I heard from According to Amber. If y'all don't watch According to Amber, please watch her. I haven't watched the video yet, but I just saw like the line in the picture was saying that apparently Chance has a gambling problem, and apparently Chance has been talking to some other chick.
That's making me think that he's got something going on behind my back.
While she's pregnant.
He's gonna lie to me about where he is. He could lie to me about who he's with.
Apparently, She grabbing his phone. Look, I tell you, if I come to the point where I gotta grab a man's phone when he in the shower, baby, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. I don't want to be with you.
Messages that say, I want you to me every night. And it literally has
Girl, what?
bitches on it.
These messages.
Now I feel like I need to like check and see our phone bill if he's been texting people.
Oh, now she checking the phone bill. Tayler checking the phone bill. She up here like, bitch. She checking the phone bill, trying to see.
I feel like there's a lot of messages on here from this one number, and literally right here it says outgoing picture.
Uh-oh, she checking the phone bill, baby.
No, of course, all those were deleted, and it says work Jess. Why would he be sending pictures to some girl? Who the is Jess, and where did this bitch
Okay,
even come
Jess
from?
could be Jessie. Jess doesn't have to be Jessica. Okay, and then on top of that, if he's looking at half-naked women or pornography, okay, I don't have an issue with that. I don't have it, but if it says work Jess could be Jessie.
Whatever I want to do.
It could be it don't have to be Jess don't have to be a girl's name. It could be a boy's name. And if he's looking at pornography, I don't care. I don't care if he's looking at like half. I don't care. She was like, I'm on your phone. He like, who? She taking all his shit out and setting it on fire. Girl, shut up.
Well, you don't like watching her? Maybe next time.
She put it in the fire pit. Girl, go.
You're not gonna tell me what the did?
God, dude, I can't take this crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't think Chance really did anything, y'all. I really don't.
My house. Good luck.
He talking about you sleeping in the garage. How you motherfucker gonna tell me I'm finna sleep in the garage and this my house, bitch? You got a lot of nerve. Anyway, that's how the episode ended. He got a lot of nerve to tell somebody she finna sleep in the garage and it's my house. I ain't sleeping in the garage and nothing. No, you gonna be sleeping in the garage. That's crazy. Well, you gonna be sleeping in the garage tonight in my house? So I don't know what Chance is up to, but I gotta watch. I'm definitely gonna have to watch. According to Amber's video, to see what's going on, to see what's really happening. Because I'm interested. Chance reveals he has a gambling problem and he got a new haircut or whatever. So I gotta watch Amber sleep in the garage. Like, bro, this is my house. I'm like, you gonna be sleeping in right, he gonna be sleeping in his car. Yo, for real. Like, you gonna be sleeping in your car, yo. So that was the episode. I don't know. This episode was kind of boring. Again, I give it like a C-. Like, it really wasn't that exciting. Blaine and Lindsey, snooze, boring. I don't care about Blaine on house arrest with an ankle monitor and Lindsey and her daughter. I don't care. It's boring. It's just like, okay. It's like I'm watching two crackheads like in a relationship. Like I said, I don't mean to be mean. I mean that in the best way possible. But it's just like, okay, this is like Tales of the Clucker. Like, I don't care. Like, this doesn't really, yeah, Chance just, yeah, plus she pregnant. That's right, GSP. Chance and Tayler. You gonna make her pregnant with your child sleep in the garage? Is she pregnant? Like, who do that? Who says stuff like that? Like, she pregnant. Like, why would you even threaten that? I don't know. Again, I don't like Chance at all. I think Tayler is too much of a pushover, but I don't like Chance. I think Chance is a hustler. I think Chance hoodwinked Tayler. I think Chance is disingenuous. I think Chance is full of ish. And there's just something about him I don't like. There's something about him I didn't like since the first time he was on the show. I said there's just something very like disingenuous about him. Whether he loves Tayler or not, I don't know. Whether he's talking to other women or not, I don't know. I guess we'll see next week whether that happens, but I just know. Eris and Cameron, bored. I'm bored. I don't care about her friend as a corrections officer or whatever probation. I don't. I'm like, I don't care. It's boring. I don't care. Obviously, Eris is not used to having I don't know. I just know, like, you know, what she said about her baby daddy, and he lied to her and got another woman pregnant at the same time and went back to his country and all that. It just seems like Eris has never really had a real relationship, like real relationship with a man. Eris just seems like the type of chick that then dated a certain type of dude and they all bad. And instead of her blaming herself or looking within herself, she's probably blamed the dudes for being, you know, bad choices, doing her wrong, instead of her looking inside herself and being like, okay, obviously, if she's picking these kind of dudes. I think Eris likes hood dudes. I think Eris likes the type of dude that Cameron is. Again, these is all my opinions. I don't know these people personally. All I can tell what's on the show. And he just looks, she just seems like the type of chick that's the kind of dude that she wants, that she like ghetto fabulous ass dudes. Why in the hell else would you date a felon if you're not into that kind of lifestyle? Even if Cameron wasn't a felon, let's say Cameron never went to jail. He was a rapper. He was living that lifestyle. The idea, if you on Facebook or online and you know somebody's a rapper and you trying to holler at them and they DMs like Eris was supposedly, then regardless of him being in prison or not, obviously she likes that type. Like she's attracted to that type. But then once she got that type, it just seems to me like she's trying to change Cameron now. She's like, and I understand she doesn't want him to go back to jail. And I agree, you know, being incarcerated, it's never an option. It's never cool. But it's just kind of like, okay, but this is the kind of dude that you decided to get with. So I have a hard time. I'm not sympathetic towards her because that's the man you pick, girl. Like, I understand that people want to drag people, but that's the man that you picked. Who else? Shawn and Sara, boring. It's they're not getting along. They're not getting a nookie. They trying to get romantic, but she don't want no part of it, and he don't want no part of it, and she don't want no part of it, and she wants the ex and shit. I'm bored. And whatever happened to Marcelino and Brittany? Weren't they supposed to be on this season as well? What happened to them? GSP says, I wouldn't leave my purse with Chance. Tiffany Smith said, I think Chance is stealing her money behind her back. I do. Chance seems very greasy. He seems like a hustler. Like, he just seemed like one of these dudes that would tell you anything and sleep with you and then be having like 6 other chicks on the side or have a whole nother family in another city somewhere. That's the kind of man that Chance seems like to me. Like I said, I don't know these people. I ain't trying to throw shade, but I'm just saying that's the vibe. I'm not on these people's social media, so I don't know what they doing in their spare time or what kind of TikTok videos they throwing out there or what they saying on IG or Facebook. I don't know, and I don't care. I'm not that invested. I just go from what I see from show. I know the show is edited. I know the show is fake in a lot of ways. I know the show is contrived and set up, but that's just I call it like I see it. And then sometimes I watch people's interviews on other channels and stuff like that to get some kind of, you know, listen to the gossip here and there. But Chance just seems to me just like a person who is overbearing, that likes to be in control because he wants to control the narrative and the situation. Chance wants to be able to do whatever he want to do, have Tayler sit there and deal with it. And he just wants to control the finances, work, feel like I'm taking care of everything. But he's doing it in a way that is not like about him taking care of Tayler and her daughters. Is him needing to control everything. So just in case he needs to hide something or lie about something, he's in control of it, so he won't get found out. He won't get found out. That's how I think it is. It's not like him, you know, some men want control because they think they know better. Chance, he thinks he know better, but he on some slick shit because he thinks he know better, and he thinks that if he needs something to hide, it's easier for you to hide things when you're in control of things. And so, yeah, according to Amber said, you know, had the video saying he had gambling addiction. I can believe that because the money had to be going somewhere because he got broke real quick. And I understand he's paying the bills and all that. that's fine. But I'm like, the money going out too quick. I said that before. I said he's spending up that kind of money on bills. It didn't seem like they went out to eat a lot. It didn't seem like they had a bunch of fancy furniture. It didn't seem like Chance had a bunch of jewelry. And, you know, he brought a truck. Yeah, but that wasn't too bad. But I'm like, for all the money he's broke and he's spending, I'm like, they don't seem like they had anything to really show for it. I said, it's not like he's spending money on jewelry and going out or they going on vacation. So I'm like, I thought to myself, well, where's the money going? Why is he broke so quick? So it makes sense that he had to have some kind of addiction somewhere, something, I don't know, gambling or whatever it is, because I'm like, he wouldn't be that broke just on bills. Like, no, his credit cards were maxed out. There wasn't no money in the bank account. And I'm like, all of that just paying bills? And he's supposed to be working. Remember, he said he had this good job and he was working 7 days a week and he was doing odd jobs and stuff on the side too. And I'm like, he should be bringing in good money. So where is it going? Now we understand where is it going. Apparently he had a problem with online gambling. That shit can drain your money. That's just as bad as having a drug addiction, you know. He do, and he thinks that he's the smartest person in the room. Exactly. Yes. Yeah. Chance wants something to inflate his ego. He has that need. So I mean, yeah, okay. Justine and Michael, they just annoy me. They annoyed me so bad this episode. I don't even know what to say about them. Like I wouldn't even show my face on social media if I was Justine and Michael, because again, I don't know if it's just me that sees this shit. Maybe it's just me, but it's just like red flag after red flag. And again, if y'all are grown and you ain't got no kids, and if they were doing this and they had no children, I wouldn't be annoyed by them. I'd be like, go live your life. Now, I wouldn't agree with some of the decisions. I'm thinking, maybe you need to wait to have a baby, all that. Yeah. But the fact that they already have children and then they want to move and then they're bringing another baby and then the son comes to live with them and then they want to get married and then he just got out of jail like 2 months ago. And I'm just like, okay, what the hell is happening up in here? What is going on? Like, why is there this rush to a rush to nothing? A rush to, okay, you get married, you have a baby. Okay, then what? To me, it's like you have an instant family. And then what? It's like, okay, we have a baby, that's more drama, that's more headache. We move, that's more money, more drama, and more headache. We got all these kids, that's a lot of drama, a lot of headache, a lot of problems. And it's just kind of like, okay, and then what? And then what? To me, with Justine and Michael, I don't hear anything about a long-term vision or plan. It's just the short term. It's just what's going on in the next 6 months, the next 4 months, the next year. What y'all gonna do later down the road? Like, okay, we have plans to do. Like I said, they may have planned it all out, and they may have just not seen it on the show. I like to give people the benefit of the doubt because the editors edit and the producers edit the show the way they want. So and then of course we're not with these people 24/7, so we don't know what kind of conversations are being had. But everything I've just seen on the show is just them zipping from one thing after another, one big upheaval and turmoil after the next, all within a very short period of time. The kids are not learning to get adjusted to each other, adjusted to Michael, adjusted to him living there, adjusted to a new baby. Now they got to get adjusted to moving. It makes my brain hurt. It's a lot. It's a little too much for me. Like, I don't know if they're doing all this for the show or this is something that they planned out before time, but it doesn't seem like none of this was planned out. It just seems like Michael got out of jail. They was happy. Justine and Michael was happy he got out of jail. They was happy to be together. Now it's just kind of like, okay, you out of jail, now what? Okay, well, we can do this and we can do that. It just seemed like for them to be talking 2.5 years, it just seemed like there should have been more planning going on. And like I said, I may have it wrong. I don't know. We may not be seeing everything, but it just doesn't seem like they planned out too much. That's all I'm saying. For somebody who's very much a planner, I'm a planner, and I know everybody is not the same. But to me, when you have kids, life changes. You have to start doing things and making moves that involves not only what you want to do, but what's best for the entire family. So not just what's best for what Michael wants to do. Well, he wants a rap career, and then Justine wants to tag along with him like she's some rap guy's girlfriend or something. Like, we 20 years old and let's go hang out at the club. And I got kids at home. I can't be hanging out at the club every other weekend with him. It just seemed like Justine wants to go along to kind of keep Michael in check, to keep him from meeting groupies or other women and all this other stuff. But he's on a TV show, so I'm sure there's women trying to slide in his DMs and all this other shit. And I'm not saying that Michael and Justine don't love each other, but I'm just saying that the way that both of them go about life before incarceration and after, it seems like they have not learned anything. That's what annoys me about it. I think that really what annoys me about Justine and Michael. It just seems like all the mistakes that they've made in their lives, they barely learned anything from it. It's just like, let's get out of it. It's like they came together and then they still repeating the same things that they've done throughout their relationships, throughout their lives, with their children. And it just seems like, well, I'm gonna have this new baby and then I'm gonna be here for this baby and I have a chance to be a better mother than I was with her oldest daughter. And I get what she was trying to say. She wasn't trying to hurt her feelings. But I'm just like, okay, Justine, how you gonna do that when dad is trying to have a rap career and that's unstable? You're moving to a new state. You're not going to have your mother or relatives or other people around them to help out with the baby. So it's going to be all on her. And then how much is Michael going to be involved with? He's on tour or doing clubs and he may not be home on the weekends or home during certain, he may be on tour. She can't just pick up a baby and drag the baby around with her, with her and Michael. So again, her concentration should be, we're going to have this baby and I'm going to do things better than I did before with my other children. I'm going to try to, right the wrongs and do, but it just seems like she's going down the same road of instability. And so this new kid is going to come out and they're going to come out to a whole house full of kids. And Justine's going to be distracted because she's going to have to deal with 4 kids and a new baby and not working and doing it. It's like, okay, so how much time are you really going to be devoted to give to this baby? How much time is Michael really going to be to give to this baby? So I just, she's trying to right the wrongs of what she did in the past, but just repeating the same mistakes over and over again. Lily Bear says, when you have this life on social media TV, that's all great. It's usually not that great of a life. It's not, GSP said, how do they make money? Do even of them have a job? Michael's trying to revamp his rap career, not understanding from what I know. Yes, you're right. Nobody is buying his music, Tiffany, that I know of. And then it's harder, like the producer was telling him, it is harder to break into the rap industry. This wasn't 6-7 years ago. Things have for sure changed within the past 3 years with the entertainment industry, period. And things have continually to change. It wasn't like it was 6 years ago. And 6 years ago, he was 6 years younger. Like he's almost 40 years old. 6 years ago, he was like in his early, he was like, what, 30, 31? So it's like, it's different. A rap game is definitely a young man's game. Entertainment industry is definitely, period. Sports entertainment is definitely skewed towards the younger person because it takes time, it takes dedication, it takes all of that. And a lot of times people don't have the baggage, the children, the marriage, all of that to weigh them down. So they're able to move freely and make decisions and do things. And then once you get established, you start making money, then you can turn around and have a family and have kids and all that once you've gotten pretty established. But him having a rap career after 6 years locked up, and then apparently from what I know that they have done, Justine and Michael have done appearances. And from what I've been learned on the internet, there wasn't a lot of people even there. So I've heard it. Well, there wasn't a lot of people there. I ain't throwing shade. Do you do it? And then they're selling fake shoes online. I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to say it again. I know this from as a person who has online retail shops, who work with POD companies, print on demand companies. If anybody knows what that is, go look it up. I do this for a living. Can't nobody tell me, Justine, Michael, can't nobody be up here. No YouTuber, no blogger, no person online can tell me that them shoes that they are selling are not from AliExpress and they're a POD. Can't nobody tell me that. I'm gonna say it before and I'm gonna say it again. I don't care what anybody tells me. I don't care what they get up there and say that their designs was stolen and blah. I've seen those shoes before, and I know what a POD is. Where AliExpress and Alibaba has stores. I've said it before, where you can put logo on different items, whether it be clothes, shoes, jewelry, or whatever. You can put your label, your logo, your stamp, whatever it may be. They make it, they design it, and all they do is just embroider or put your logo on it. This happens a lot in the fashion, in the clothing industries. This happens a lot. So there's different levels of print on demand. I had a print on demand clothing shop with my own clothing line where I designed the clothes. Another company made them. I did all the designing. Another company made them. They also had another tier of POD where you pay a little bit more per month or per item sold, where they design it, they make it, and all they do is put your logo on it. It's called private label. What Michael, I think, and Justine are doing private label shoes. There's nothing wrong with that. People do it in the industry all the time. There are famous people who do this. You think a lot of these famous people, they put their name and their logo on certain things. They're not designing these clothes or these underwear. Rarely do people actually have a hand in designing their own shit or their own purses, their own even makeup. You basically have a company making the makeup, and their design. You can help design the packaging, or they can do it for you. You just put your name on it. You create a website. You advertise your website on social media. This is how the retail game is done. This is how people are making money selling wigs, selling purses, selling makeup. They're not making this makeup. They're not designing these purses. A lot of times they are private label, honey. Look it up, private label. You can put your name on anything. If you get with a company, there's whole industry of private label companies. This is what they do. You may buy one perfume and it'll be one name, and then you go buy it. You can go get it from somebody else, be a different name, be the same perfume. Why? Because they're buying it from the same distributor, private label. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't agree with them selling shoes for $1,000 or whatever, like whatever. They should just come out and be honest and be like, we're private labeling the shoes and call it a day. It costs a lot of money to get shoes manufactured. That's not something you can do at home. That's not something you can do easily. You need another company to do that. You need distributors and backers and manufacturers. All that costs money. What is he going to do? Buy pallets of shoes and pallets of... That doesn't work. That's not how it normally goes for an average layperson. If you're Kanye West or some shit like that, you can afford to have manufacturers and designers and distributors and stuff like that. But they're selling the shoe at a really high up price because that's how it's the easiest way for them to make money. But there's no way in the world that I would spend $5,000-$6,000 for those shoes, unless, I mean, Michael Jordan better be pissing in them or something. I better have some $1,000 for some shoes. It better be some Air Jordans, some rare ones, and Michael Jordan better stuck his penis in it or something. Like Michael Jordan had sex with his shoe. I'd be like, ooh, okay, I might spend $1,000 on that. But I'm not $1,000 for some shoe for some rapper on some TV show I ain't never even heard of. The guy went to prison because he was selling to the feds. He selling fentanyl to the feds. I'm good on that. I'm good on that. I can go make my own shit. You know, like, you know, that is just how it is. You know, those sneakers were made by probably a Chinese distributor, a Chinese manufacturer, on whatever. So anybody can tell people, they can sit up here and try to push that narrative to whatever. And I'm here to tell you, they full of shit. And nobody can tell me. I had somebody try to challenge me. I'm like, boo-boo, this is what I do for a living. This is what I do for a living. I have candles. I design. I pick the scent. They make. Bitch, I'm not in the kitchen pouring candles. I'm not doing it. They are professionally made. I have candles that are made out of bamboo tops and frosted glasses and made. This is a cheap candle. I have big, huge, big candles that have designs and different funny little labels and all kinds of stuff. And do you think I want to sit in the kitchen? They're made to order. I'm not doing this. I have a manufacturer that does this. Baby, I'm not in the kitchen pouring candles. I used to do that, but I figured, oh, I can have somebody do it for me. Okay. Well, I design it. I tell you what the look. I tell them what I want the top to look like, what the glass look like, how many ounces, and all that. They have a little label on the back. So I have my own line of hair care products on my website. Again, my hair care products, I pick the ingredients. I pick what kind of shampoo, what kind of conditioner it is. And I do natural ingredients, and it's an upcharge, and it's more expensive depending on what kind of ingredients you want, what kind of product you're trying to sell it. I design the label, and next time I come on here, I'll show you my shampoo and my conditioner. It has my name of my company on it, my logo, and everything. Again, I'm not in my kitchen stirring up anything. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. You shouldn't be in the kitchen stirring, making stuff that's going to be put on someone's hair, or somebody's going to be burning in their house, unless you really know what you're doing. I do have candles that I do make at my house. I do make beer candles, like specialty candles, like candles that are in the shape of shamrocks, candles that are in the shape of beer. I actually make those at home. But the jar candles like this, baby, no. Like no. It's during Christmas, I sell, like, I don't even know how many of these. I sell like 10, 20 a week. I have a job. I have a real job besides my Etsy shops. I do have a real job. The same thing about jewelry. I tell the same thing when they were talking about Ashley selling jewelry. I was like, she's getting that jewelry from a wholesaler. She's upcharging it and selling on Etsy. That's what all of us jewelers do. I sell jewelry as well. I have a jewelry shop, and then I have a bath and beauty shop. My bath and beauty shop is a bit more hands involved because I actually do make the bath bombs, and there's certain things that I actually do make. I do make the soaps. I don't have a private label soaper. There's not that. For us soap makers, we have to make our soap. I make my soap from home. So, but if I could find a private label company to do that, I'd do that too. But I actually make the soap from home, and their specialty. But when it comes to other things, we try to do POD or private label as much as we can, because it's just when holiday seasons come and there's thousands, I have hundreds of orders. So it's like, there's no way I can do this, during certain times of the year. So yeah, I'm like, it's it's a game, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just the nature of the beast of being an online seller. But the people try to hide things and smoke and mirror. I come out and be honest with people about where my shit comes from, and the origins and all that kind of stuff. So I just try to be honest. And so they should learn to be honest too. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to sell your shoes for $100, $1,000, I have no problem with that. But other people been slamming them. But that's Justine and Michael. They get on my nerves. So I don't know what else to say about this show. They didn't show Derek and Monique a lot. They showed them a little bit, so that's fine. But I just watch this show because, again, I love associating with y'all. I love hearing you guys' opinions. Yes, they could have sold them for a more reasonable price. They could have sold the shoes for $300-$400, but they got greedy. You know what I'm saying? They got greedy. I'm not gonna go online and sell my candles for $50. I know there's people that do that. There are people selling candles online that's not even cute, as cute as mine, that are selling an 8-ounce candle for like $40. I can't. I feel bad doing that because I know how much I'm paying. And I know I'm not trying to get rich off of that, but I think Justine and Michael, Michael especially needed the money when he was in prison. So any money that he can sell the shoes, but $1,000, $999 for no. Those shoes are not. They're not. They probably spend like $50-$60 on them, and then they upcharging them to $1,000. That's crazy. You're ripping your customers off at that point. I would never do my customers like that. And again, as a retailer, when people do shit like that, it just makes all of us look bad because, again, those shoes are being sold on other people's websites underneath other labels. People have researched this and found them online. People are selling some of these shoes for $50, $60, $99. They was trying to sell one pair of shoes and get up on a come up. And like I said, I ain't mad at nobody. I ain't trying to hate on nobody's bag, but I just don't trust people who do stuff like that when it comes to retail. I don't trust people because then you got to think about the quality of the shoe. Is the shoe really worth $1,000 quality? Or are you paying that much money because it has Montana Mills' name on it? I don't know who Montana Mills was. I didn't know who he is. I ain't never heard of him as a rapper. Cameron, I have heard of Cameron as a rapper, But then again, I have family and friends that are up north that's in the Chicago area. So maybe that's why I've heard of him. But I ain't never heard of no Montana Mills. I ain't never seen that dude. I don't, maybe he's in the Rhode Island, New York, PA area. I don't know, but that's just, I ain't got no family up there. So maybe that's why I didn't hear about it. But I don't know if he's a big deal or not. Again, I've only heard like little clips of what they showed on the show. I don't know. I'm not knocking the hustle. I don't wish bad things on none of these people on these shows. I just, but when you're going to come on these shows and you're going to expect to be criticized, you're going to be expect to be dragged, you're inviting people into your business and your relationship and your family. And if you're going to get on there and you're going to show your kids and your dad and your mama and your cousin and your dog, then you should expect some kind of pushback that everybody's not going to think everything you're doing is rainbows and roses. So again, I watch these shows as a cautionary tale to all of us men and women out here what not to do in relationships. Don't get into a relationship where you're rushing everything and pushing everything and forcing everything. A relationship should never be forced. That would be number one. Number two, a relationship should happen organically and should be loving and it should be something that it should be something that should come naturally and come easy. It shouldn't be something forced. Second of all, the more drama you have in a relationship, the less chance it's going to really work out to be. You're getting into a dysfunctional relationship, So that's another thing. The relationship is about having a good foundation, and so I'm all about people starting off relationships, being friends, really getting to know the person that you're with. I have made these mistakes. I'm not telling y'all nothing that I have not experienced and not went through or going through. I'm just telling y'all. I mean, have started our relationships real fast where I met somebody, the pheromones and the hormones is raging and you get all in like with this person and you're like, oh my God, I like this too, me too, and like this and me too. And so you get infatuated with the person, puppy love, whatever you want to call it, infatuation, puppy love, honeymoon period, whatever they want to call it. It has happened to all of us, even when you're grown. Now, when you're younger, it happens a lot more than when I was as an adult, but it happens. Like you meet somebody, you're like, oh, I really connect with this person, da, 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 da. And then boom, like 3 weeks later, you're like, okay, like then you start learning more about the person, and then you're like, I ain't really feeling that person like I used to before. That's happened to me as well. So, talking to somebody long distance, I've had a long distance relationship. I've had one long distance relationship where I dated a dude in another state, and it fizzled out. And I actually went to another state to meet this dude, and it just came in and went. It just fizzled. It wasn't. And then I learned from them, long distance relationship is just not for me. Some people, they can make it work. My personality and who I am doesn't make it work. But some people, they can make it work. But talking to someone in jail, incarcerated, it's like a long distance relationship. But it's even worse than that, because really the other person is like a captive audience. Like you don't have to worry about this lady or a man really, going out with another woman or getting bored with you, because dudes in jail, women in jail, they're going to say whatever they want to say to try to hook you in. And then God knows that they talking to you and 10 other females like Derek was. And most of these people in jail, I would say 99.9% of them is talking to you and writing 3 or 4 or 5 other people. So the idea that somebody in jail is really going to be faithful, I mean, technically speaking, they're faithful because they're not being intimate with somebody else, but then they may be writing someone else. So they are really being intimate in a mental or emotional intimacy. And that's just as bad sometimes, because there is emotional and mental cheating. There's people out there that they may not have touched another person, but they're interested and they're attractive, and they like this person, and they, what I'm saying? Like there's such a thing called emotional cheating, where you become emotionally close to somebody else. And I don't know which is worse, y'all. I don't know which is worse. Would I rather have somebody cheat on me and just be a physical fling and then that's it? Or would I feel really bad if somebody's actually talking to somebody and liking somebody and texting her and telling her all these things and treating her and whining and dining her? I think that would be worse for me. But yeah, talking to somebody incarcerated, there's always a risk that the person is talking to other people. There's always a risk that they get out of jail. They may not even be with you. How many times have we seen these show where a person think they're gonna be with somebody and they already out of jail and they already living with somebody else, or they out of jail and somebody else picked them up from the jail, or they get out of jail and they find out they talking to somebody else anyway, and that person expect them to be with them. So that's a hustle. But then even dealing with a person that's not incarcerated, all of this to me is just a lessons in life, in relationships and romance that I try to take from these episodes and these shows, that people fall in love. People who notice in themselves that they fall in love really quickly. There are people out there who just fall in love real quickly. They're falling like real quickly. That's just their personality. That's just who they are. If you know you are that type of person, I think that you should proceed with caution, even more than a regular person. It takes it takes a person being self-honest. And a lot of people just aren't self-honest about who they are and what they do in a relationship. If you have daddy issues or mommy issues, and you can see like, okay, it's tainted mostly all of your relationships, then you need to handle your shit and just go get some help or work on it, and not drag other people into your madness. If you understand that like whenever you get into a relationship, that you kind of like put your friends and your family and kids on the back burner, and that man becomes your everything. And I've seen that too. I know people that every time they get with a woman or a dude, they kids take a back burner, they family go to the back, they friends go to the back while they're all. And then once the infatuation wears off, then they start coming around and being like, hey girl, let's go hang out again. Look, if you're the type of person that you fall all in with somebody and you just want to be up underneath your man 24/7, and kids be damned, cat be damned, the cat getting kicked out the room, the dog is in the backyard because you would. If you understand that that's not a person that you are, then you need to reevaluate your situation as well, because that ruins your relationships when that relationship ends and you burn your bridges and you've ditched everybody, and then you here you are trying to go back into people's lives now and trying to repair that, and you keep doing this over and over again. It's going to come to the point in time where they're just going to be like, to hell with you. I've done that to friends where I'm just like, every time they get a man, they disappear. And then once they ain't got a man, they want to be cool and they want to come hang out with me again. Okay, I get tired of that. So, you just have to watch these shows and see yourself and be like, oh, I've done that. Oh, I've thought that way. I've done that. And then work on it, and work on yourself. That's why I watch these shows. I'm all about people working on themselves and self-improvement and people having successful, happy relationships. We all have failed in our relationships. I know I have. I have failed. I keep failing. I keep failing, keep on failing, but I keep trying. I keep trying to learn from my mistakes, and I keep trying to learn from other people's mistakes. And that's the way that's what I take from these shows. So it's entertainment and it's a kiki and it's a gag. We all know. And a lot of this shit is fake. We all know. But I think all of us have known people in similar types of situations, not maybe the incarceration, but just similar types of relationships or similar types of people. Like we all know a Justine. I have a homegirl that acts like Justine, has messed up relationships, had 3 or 4 baby daddies. We all know a Justine. We all know a Michael. I mean, some of us have relatives, brothers, sisters, cousins who are like Michael. Wanted to be a rapper, maybe came out with a few mixtapes, in and out of prison, yada yada yada. Like, we know that. Or Sara and Shane or Lindsey and Blaine. Like we've all sort of like known people like this, or that may be us on screen. You be like, oh, I've done that. I had a relationship. I had a boyfriend like that one time. Or you see some of your exes up there. Oh, my ex-girl was like her, like Lindsey. Oh, she reminds me of my ex. So we've all, seen things in ourselves and other people in these shows. And that's the reason why I find all of these shows, these dating shows like 90 Day and everything fascinating, because the fact that people get themselves in these really weird, messed up, dysfunctional, drama-filled relationships, and the fact that they want to come on a TV show and for have all of us gawk at it like this, and then they get on social media and deal with our criticisms and our rants and our dragging them. It's amazing to me. I can never be on one of these shows, have my business all out there. Nah, no, 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 no. I wouldn't even get on social media if I was on one of these shows. I would hide and run, and I just no, I couldn't deal with people dragging me, and I just couldn't. My ego is too fragile. Like I couldn't deal with all that. And then the intrusion in my kids' life and how they would feel being on TV. I would never have them on TV if I was on one of these shows. They ain't nowhere in hell. But that's just a word to the wise. This is a word. It's a cautionary tale. What he shows, and so it's more than just entertainment for me. It's actually life lessons. So, GSP says she would. I would never. I would never have my kids on these shows. I would hide my kids. I would hide my kids. I would never have my kids on one of these shows. I would never have the audacity or the nerve to have my fucking kids up on the screen. Going to school and having to deal with people in school is better than being a teenager or middle schooler, period. But then knowing that they mama's on TV dating a felon and they have kids at the school looking at your kid like, oh, ain't your mama dating a dude that just got out of prison? He a drug dealer. Oh my God, what's wrong with your mama? Oh my God, look at the way your mama dressed. Like I couldn't. My son would want to swing on somebody. He'd be up there talking bad about his mama. My son would be like, "What you say about my mama?" She did what? What you say about my mama? What you say about my mama? My son, he wouldn't be able to deal with it. He wouldn't be able to deal with the scrutiny and the attention. He don't like all that. But then knowing that people was talking bad about him and his mom and her relationship and my son, no, my kids would be so embarrassed. They wouldn't want to go to school. They'd be like, oh my God. Yeah, ain't your mama Juju? Isn't she on TV? Is she like my mom be like, hell no. My mom, she wouldn't want none of that smoke. All my relatives would text message me and it hit me up on Facebook all at once going, have you lost your damn mind? You bringing down the whole fam. Have you lost your fucking mind? Like they would cuss my whole lineage would cuss. My ancestors would come back from Africa and just bitch slap me. Just get off that show, bitch. Just what's wrong with you? I walk on the set with a black eye. What happened to Keisha? I don't know. One of my great grandparents came back from the afterlife. And one of my ancestors came through and late at night and punched me in the fucking eye because they was tired of me being on this show. So I'm gonna have to quit. My ancestors would whoop my ass. You hear me? My ancestors would light me up with I would get a 2-piece, a biscuit, a fries, a shake, and a drink. Like I couldn't. My family would line up to like whoop my ass because they would be like, you are not going on no reality show. We don't know you. I'm telling you, my ancestors would bitch slap me from my grandmother would come from her fucking grave to just, I'll be laid out on the ground talking about, they be like, what's wrong with her? I think she got knocked out by her dead grandmother. Yes, my dead grandmother would come and beat the shit out of me. My grandmother would be like, you up here embarrassing the whole damn family. Like, like people would unfriend me from Facebook. They wouldn't even know. My in-laws would be, they didn't even know me. My in-laws be like, we don't know her. Isn't that your daughter-in-law? Isn't that your late son? Isn't that your deceased son's wife? Shit, my in-laws be like, I don't know who that bitch is. I don't know who she is. That ain't no. They would scrub my pictures off their Facebook. They would be so embarrassed. Like they would just unfriend me. Like half of my family would unfriend me from Facebook. Like they'd be like, I don't know who you is. Like, I don't know who that bitch is. She over here making everybody look crazy. I mean, seriously, I don't know how Justine family, I don't know how so many people, family members do it. Like, people like, ain't that your cousin? I'm like, let my cousin get on the reality show. Girl, I'm like, ain't that your cousin? I don't know who that is. Wasn't she on, wasn't y'all just taking pictures on Facebook? I delete all them pictures. Yeah, but she looked like your cousin. That ain't her. I don't know who that is. She looks like her, but isn't that her name? I was like, I don't know who that is, girl. I don't know who that is. Who that? I don't know. That look like your cousin. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, no. I mean, don't be up here. I hate to be embarrassed. So I'm like, I hate untoward attention. I don't like to be embarrassed. So I'm just like, don't have none of my relatives on these reality shows because they gonna open bread. Although I do have to say, I have a first cousin that was on Basketball Wives, and I won't say her name. I won't say who she is, but let me tell you, this person was on Basketball Wives, and I could give you a hint because you never heard anything about this person's family. She was on Basketball Wives for 1 or 2 seasons, and you never knew nothing about her family. And why? Because all of us were like, you think we finna be on this damn show? No. So I can tell you that I have another famous relative that's an actor, and I won't say who his name is, and you never really hear him talk about his family. Okay, there's a reason why they don't talk about. Half my family is real hood and real ghetto, like in and out of prison and incarcerated. But yeah, so I could say that's another reason why this famous person doesn't really talk about his family, because he knows that most of them are incarcerated, especially on my dad's side. My cousin was on my dad's side as well, and she knows how her family is. Her mother and her mother is my aunt, is my dad's sister, and she lives in this big old house. She bought her mom this big old house, and we kind of like disavowed any knowledge of her. I kind of like took her off my Facebook when she was on the show, because we didn't want people trying to pry into our lives for various reasons. Yeah, yeah. But anyway, because her dad is a hot mess. My aunt is cool. My aunt is real cool, real nice person. I love my aunt to death. But her dad, my aunt's ex-husband, is a hot mess. And anyway, she has two brothers and her brothers live in Las Vegas and they're in the music industry. But yeah, I do have a famous cousin that was on Basketball Wives. Anyway, nobody can figure out who this person is because you wouldn't even guess it, man, because we don't look anything alike and you would never guess it in a million years. But she's absolutely positively gorgeous. She's gorgeous as she can be. And she's married. Oh, I can't say. I won't say who she's married to. I can't say. I can't say because then y'all know who it is. But I can't say what famous person she's married to. It's still married to. But anyway, but that's my brush with fame. So I have two famous relatives. And yeah, so both of them, they know better. What a clue. I can't get no clue. All I know is my cousin, we don't look anything alike. She's younger than me. I could say she's younger than me. So she's in her early 40s. Now she has kids. I won't say how many. but she's buku rich. I can say this about my cousin. She has her own boutique. I can say that. She has her own kind of like clothing line. She has her own clothing line. That's all I can say. She has her own clothing line. So you just got to figure out which Basketball Wives have their own kind of boutique with their own like purse and clothing and shit, and just narrow it down for me. I don't know how many do. I think there's several that used to. She doesn't have her. I don't think she has her boutique now. She doesn't have her clothing line now, but she did. So she did have a boutique that just shopped and sold. I don't know if she has it now though. I have to ask her. Like, do you still have that? I have to ask her, but I can't say who it is. But and she has famous Basketball Wives friends. Like, there really are her friends. Like, some of these shows, they make up fake friendships, but my cousin really did. Like, she really was like, her best friend really was on the show. They really was good friends. Because sometimes these people just pretend they barely even know these people and they pretend to be friends. But I can say that my friend really had a genuine friend on this show, that it was her really, really, really good friend that she knew for a while. And so that kind of that gives you a clue too. So just think it's just two of them that were real good friends. And then I don't know which one. I can't say which one, and again, I didn't watch the show. I think I watched like maybe 3 or 4 episodes, and then I would watch her on it and then just get a cackle and a kiki and a caw. But yeah, I kind of watched here and there the seasons that she in, but I'm not into reality shows. And some of the stuff on there I knew that was kind of set up and fake, because I'm just like, My cousin's not into that. She doesn't want to do that. She's not really that kind of person. But then, sometimes these shows bring out the worst in people. I can say, knowing from what I've heard. That's how I be telling people I know these shows is fake. Because I know somebody who's on one. That's my secret I have to tell y'all. That's how I be knowing these shows be set up situations and scenarios. I mean, we all know it now, but I knew it even back in the day. From the stuff that my cousin be telling me about what would go on behind the scenes of basketball wise. And some of the fights were real and some of them were not. Some of them were very like set up, fake beefs, stuff. People would just, the camera would turn on and people's whole personalities would change. Y'all know how it go. There's some people, you meet them or interview them or see them on a show and they totally different than what you see on a reality show. That they may not be, the reality show may or may not accurately portray a person's personality. Some people, the moment the camera come on, they be a persona. They be an exaggerating version of themselves. They're not really being their real selves. That when they get home with their kids and their family and their friends, they act a totally different way than when they on camera and on a reality show. So I can sit there and say that happens a lot on reality shows, that people exaggerate their personalities and exaggerate certain things. So that's all I can say. But my cousin was never really fake. She really was who she really was on that show. I could say some things were a little bit tweaked here and there, but I could say that I could see her personality shining through. And she's genuinely a nice person. She's genuinely a grounded, nice person that came from nothing. Like all of us. And so that's my brush with reality show. That's how I be knowing some of these things. And I just be like, from things that I've heard, reality shows aren't real. So that's why every time they do something, I just be like, okay, that's fake. Okay, that's a setup. I always suspect things are a setup and fake. But anyway, y'all, I've had a good time on here. It's time for me. It is midnight here. It is time for me. I'm thank God to everybody who came back after me having technical difficulties. I appreciate you guys coming back. The people who didn't make it back, who's going to watch it on the rewatch. So I appreciate Tiffany, Joseph, Lily Bear, GSP, Dustin, Bobby, Chickenhead, everybody else. If I missed your name, I'm sorry. I apologize. I appreciate you guys taking out your time. Always while I jib jabber on for 2 hours and watch these shows. Bye, everybody. I thank you. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in, on the way out. And until next time, folks, again, this week, I am going to try. I can't make no promises, no guarantees. I'm going to try to watch my 600-pound life. I'm going to try my hardest to do more videos this week. Again, it's been a crazy week because it's been spring break. And so everything's out the window on spring break. All bets are off during spring break. But now since I'm going back to normal, I can go back to a normal routine of life. And get these kids back, and the kids are back in school now. So anyway, y'all, I appreciate y'all being here. Until next time, folks, like, share, subscribe, and again, read the description. Go to my shops, 20% off for everybody who puts in the code card 20. And until next time, y'all, bye.